welcome travelers, both masculine and feminine and those which lie between. Welcome to my tavern. You rest here at the Inn of the Sleeping Dak. For 4 golden nights, you're able to stay here for the entirety of the 2-week period you might seek to venture here. For wares, for festivities. Fucking messed up my speech. God damn it. For no matter what reason you may choose, for gold, all your accommodations, food, living quarters, accommodated for here at the Inn of the Sleeping Dak. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, this stream might end up being shorter because I ended up playing this game a bit more recently than I thought I was going to. And realistically, I could have played the first one and tried to change it up a little bit, but then the day would have been wrong, right? I wouldn't actually be playing a game that came out in 2017 where this did. So, tried to keep it consistent. I am playing the definitive edition. I guess that technically came out later, but I think only by like 2 years, something like that. And I mean, it's still the same game pretty fundamentally. It just kind of runs better from what I looked up. It kind of looks a smidgen better. But yeah. All right, let me turn off my tavern music and switch on over. Yeah, so the goal for today. So let me kind of like precurse as well. So I have a group of friends from college who I am currently playing this game through with. And the last time we played this game was probably around a month and a half ago. Maybe even more. Might have been June. Something like that. Like, it was a long time. And we only had a singular session that was about 5 hours long. And we got past the tutorial. We got to the town. We got to a nearby location. Yeah, I'm trying to think on if anything else really like happened in that first session, but we kind of like ended up getting distracted on a side quest and then hard dying like 5 times. I'm also going to increase the master volume because it's looking a little low on my like meters. So surprise, surprise, I make my schedule for this month in late July. I think I came up with the idea on the day before last of July. Is July a 31-day month? I'm a little stupid when it comes to time. Yes, a 31-day month. So I came up with the idea on the 30th. I made the schedule on the 31st. So no, July 31st, I make my schedule. I get asked 2 days ago if I wanted to play Divinity tomorrow, which was yesterday. And I don't really have an explicit reason why I didn't want to, other than today. So I did play a bit yesterday. So I did go through kind of like the tutorial. And like the same thing that we did before, but then going a bit further than before because we were rerunning it, you know? So, this will not be the most fresh experience, but I'm gonna do this in a very specific fashion. So, as the stream is titled, I'm literally just gonna be talking about DnD for so much of my like middle talk while I'm in between actions or in between like story points and stuff like that. So let me do a bit of pre-chat about some of my experience with D&D. So, I first started playing D&D in my sophomore year of high school. I think I did a one-off, and then I ended up doing a mini campaign. So my one-off, if I remember right, I played a bard. And then my second time around, I ended up playing I think it was a halfling bard, dwarf bard, short dude bard, one of the short dude classes or like races. And then my second run. I think I was a Birdman. The Birdman. Okay, let me do. Hang on. DnD bird race. I think it's. No, it's not Aarakocra. It's not Aarakocra. Kenku. I was a Kenku, like mage or something like that. Kenku sorcerer. And those were my first two characters. And then I did a one-shot where I was a barbarian as well, but then that ended up dying. Like, the party ended up wiping after like an hour because we were just fucking up every puzzle. Our group was at each other's throats, though, to be fair. So that group didn't end up working out well. But then, that stops my high school. That stops my high school experience with D&D. And I move on towards college. In college, I ended up starting several different campaigns starting in my freshman year because one of my friends that I ended up making likes dungeon mastering. And a few of my friends liked Dungeons and Dragons. And so, we ended up getting a majority of the friend group to play at one point, and what we did was we had sessions on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, like, I would normally take, like, the Saturday evening ones or Saturday afternoon ones, something like that. I think I did one of each. My first character when I was at college and was really being introduced to like real online tools and real stratagems when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. My first character was a tiefling warlock named Giorno Giovanna, who was a character where I would just roleplay as Giorno Giovanna. Which is the main character from Part 5 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, if you're unaware. And, that character was very fun. But that introduced me to a very important concept, is that warlocks have one ability, if you allow them to. Or like, if you build around it, right? They have one ability, and it's called Eldritch Blast. But that was some of the most fun I've ever had in role-playing. Because I made my character chaotic neutral. Yeah, I think I made my character chaotic neutral because I was pretty much like a very self-run, determined person who would take the extremes of any actions that I'd be willing to make that were like important towards my character. And that's exactly how I played. So that was an incredibly fun experience. So, with story time over, because that was pretty much the end of my story. With story time over, my goal for character creation is going to be somewhat trying to recreate that feeling in that character as best as I can. And I think I know how from the character creation that I went through yesterday. So let's do story, single player. Now, okay, none of these difficulties are explained unless you click on them. But basically, this is easy mode, this is normal mode, this is hard mode, this is turbo baby mode. Because this gives you the same modifiers as story mode, gives you the same modifiers of explorer mode, but actually doubled. So how they do difficulty in this game, right, is that your abilities do, like, I think 20% more damage naturally, and enemies deal 20% less damage. Everything is normal. Everything is harder. And then the story mode doubles the explorer's bonus. So then you go from 20% more damage to 40% more damage, and 20% less damage taken to 40% less damage taken. And I'm like, wow, that's an... Story mode is truly for the people that want the story instead of the gameplay. So we're going to go with classic. Just keep it normal. I'm not confident enough to take on tactician's mode. I think tactician's mode would whoop me. Just because some of the situations in this game can get, like, incredibly out of hand. Alright, so my character was a tiefling. So let's look at our different origin races. So we have Red Prince, which is dragon-like. Or, like, lizard-like. We have Isabel. He isn't a tactician. No, dude, the tactician's mode hard. How are you feeling today, Bloodbat? Slave no longer. You must bear the living scar your master used to dominate you. He turned you into an assassin and made you hunt your own kin, and now you must hunt him. Crusader in Lucian's army. You lost your faith as a war, claimed countless innocents, and now you are a lone wolf mercenary, and your mission to kill Lucian's son. I feel entirely fine. Good. Your failed rebellion against the Queen nearly destroyed you. So, you began a new life on the high seas, and now your old enemy is back. Don't stop her. No one will. You're a musician, performer, star, and host to all manners of disembodied visitors. Now, one dark voice has silenced them all, and aids to claim your body for itself. You wake up from your world is gone, you are the last of your kind. Search for the truth about a history that no one else knew. Between haves and have-nots alike, dwarves are fiercely nationalistic. Even the poorest dwarf would die for their dwindling kingdom. But not all would die for the queen. The annals of Elvendom are written in flesh. Elves eat of the dead and absorb their memories. Now, the elves are in peril. An unforgivable hero must rise. Wait, Corpse Eater? What the fuck? Corpse Eater lets you eat body parts to access the memories of the dead. And then Ancestral Knowledge gives you +1 intellect. You know, that feels in line. Humans. Adventurous, confident, flexible, and at times even clever. Humans are dominant in Rivellin. They always play the hero in their own endless wars, even when they're the villains. Most lizards are exotic. Okay, I've decided that I'm not actually going to read everything. Oh, all the undead classes have the same one. The undead are considered abominations, an affront of the natural order. Those who walk amongst the living must do so masked. That's cool. You are infamous, a brilliant warrior general exiled for his empire by cavorting with demons. Falling from grace, you refuse to give up. The throne will be yours again. Ooh. Now, the problem is that I was a tiefling, and tieflings are the most demon-like of, like, the normal races that you can play as, so I think Red Prince is actually somewhat fitting, but maybe a bit too lizardy, but we'll run with it. Ah, sophisticated! You gain fire resistance and poison resistance. And a spell song. You gain +1 persuasion from spell song. And then, let's see. Is there, like, a summoning class? That way I can have a stand. Rogue, Shadowblade, Wayfarer, Witch, Wizard, Battle Mage, Cleric. Okay, I've gone through everything. Conjurer. Ooh. Conjure a personal elemental that matches the ground surface it's summoned onto. Okay. Bolt. Summoning a totem of the corresponding element, and each turn this totem will fire projectile at enemies in sight. Okay, so this is my stand class. So let's make this. Giorno. I'm not typing. Huh? I want to change my name. Oh, I can change my appearance, actually. Okay, my skin color is consistent. I can change my appearance. Yo, that's like the Ankylosaurus. Ankylosauruses have hard heads. Oh. That is fish-like. That is strange. Kind of bird-like. Actually, kind of cool. Basics is an option. Okay, that looks like an orc from Warcraft. Okay. Ooh. Okay, unironically, I really like this one. Whoa! Whoa, these are all really cool options. Wait, I kind of really like the customization options for this race, actually. This is super fun. Because they're so, like, extravagant, right? Honestly, I might go with this one. It's kind of an extreme, but I don't mind it. Oh! Wait, and the hair colors are like gradients for your scales. Wait, that's so sick, actually. Wait, I actually really like blue. Wait, there's so many of these that I just like straight up just like. Okay, no. Chrysolite is too fucking pretty. Chrysolite is too fucking pretty, actually. Can I actually, I retract my statement on my, my facial type. I want something where my hair can be better accentuated. Honestly, this doesn't look bad. Voice. The Red Prince has one voice type. Nice. Presets. Ah. Edit. Strength. Increase the damage with strength-based weapons and skills and allows you to lift heavier objects. Finesse is just damage with finesse-based weapons and skills. Intelligence is... well, intelligence attacks are normally like spells and such, right? So that makes sense to an extent. Constitution determines how much vitality you have. I'm imagining vitality is health. Memory. Memory affects the amount of memory slots which are required to learn skills. The more powerful skills cost more slots. Wits. Wits affect your critical strike chance, your initiative, and your ability to detect traps and find hidden treasures. So based on what I'm seeing here, well, I am a melee class, it seems, with the, with like my current weapons, but I think I might reduce my con by 1 and increase my intelligence by 1. Go with that. Can I rename myself? I cannot. Ah, well, it's a single player campaign, right? So renaming myself wouldn't work out necessarily. Okay, these are all of the, like, essentially feats, right? So talents are kind of like feats in Dungeons and Dragons. And what feats do is that feats set up a lot of your, like, feats can be obtained via, like, your backstory. So if, like, you're an acolyte, you can normally pick up a feat that's relating to, like, research or knowledge acquisition, or maybe you're predisposed to, like, be really good at history or the arcane arts if you're like a wizard of some sort, right? So these are essentially your feats for this game. So these are just your different talents. There's different things that could affect your different things that just could affect your playthrough. So I'm just gonna quickly scroll through all of these. Range of scrolls doubles the effect of foods and poisons. Glass cannon, you start out every round with maximum AP, but your physical and magical armors do not protect you from statuses. Oof, I don't like that. Gorilla. While sneaking, gorilla attacks increase damage by 40%. I'm not very sneaky, personally. And this is also another very important part of like a D&D kind of like game. You have to think about your feats, your talents, and your general personality in the form of like, what is your character trying to be, right? So if this Red Prince that I'm trying to create is supposed to be as similar as possible to the JoJo's character Giorno Giovanna, then I need to be somewhat self-arrogant but primarily goal-focused. I need to be powerful but cunning, short-ranged preferably, with long-ranged capabilities, but for the sake of the campaign, I can be kind of about that part, right? So, let's see. While standing in blood, you can heal. Living armor adds 35% of all healing you receive by skills or consumables as well to your magic armor. Lone wolf. Wait, also I can make multiple characters. Wait, this is dangerous territory. This bonus is temporarily removed while there are more than 2 members in your current party. Incompatible with glass cannon. I might go lone wolf, even though that's not accurate, simply because I don't want to go through several character creations. Though I could make Mista. Honestly, it doesn't seem bad. Actually, yeah, we'll make at least Mista from part 5, alright? So, we're gonna be an opportunist. That feels very accurate. Giorno is always looking for, like, a random way to get out of a bad situation. He's not necessarily, Oh, wait, no, that's for multiplayer. No, I don't want to be multiplayer. No, I don't want to be multiplayer. Alright. Lone Wolf. We'll go with Lone Wolf. I can't have Giorno. Sag. Tags. This would be more for, like, your personality traits. Am I actually forced to be a noble scholar? Can I remove scholar at all? Alright, Red Prince has one thing to do. My instrument. I actually don't know what kind of, like... I actually don't know what kind of impact the instrument might have. We're gonna go oud. Because I like the way it sounds. Alright. Start game. I'm done with character creation. From Larian Studios presents.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me.
Well,
just as I'd planned.
I was about to say, that makes sense.
I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy.
That's me. I'm the Red Prince.
I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Whoa. Nice fire gif. Okay, but actually it's kind of a unique way. It's kind of like starting off the story from the perspective of the villain, kind of low-key. Source muted.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough.
Ugh.
Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Yes, ma'am. So, unlike every D&D campaign, you start off not in like a...
What a way to wake. Wooden boards and iron shackles. The Divine Order's hospitality leaves much to be desired indeed. A subpar cranium, that? Human, no wonder.
I just realized I didn't change... Okay, I have 2 skills in summoning. That's fine. I'm a lore master. I have +1 in persuasion. Okay, actually that kind of goes hard. I'm convinced with that. That's good. What's in here? Nothing. So this is kind of like the movement system of the game, right? So I'm just going to be clicking around. In terms of footage, like square footage and things like that, the square footage in this game is calculated via like just raw like distance measurement. So like if I were to cast like Elemental Totem, right, you can see that like this is the areas that I can see and kind of affect. And then the distance is measured, like, approximately by, you know, 1/10 of a meter. So, that's how that works out. What did I just interact with? Oh, there's a candle holder there. Okay. That's a candle.
Locked.
What about this door? The door is locked. Oh, what about this door that I unblocked earlier? So I'm not even going to lie about it. When my friends and I the other day were playing this, I kind of just let them do the whole tutorial for the most part.
Well, that explains the smell.
Great. What is this? Pigsty. Sheep's den. Sheep's den. I do love farm animals, but non-contained, like living quarters for them can be a bit, well, smelly in the best way I could put it, huh? This loft seems intricate. You should instead search for its key. How would I want to go about doing that? Oh, I can also you move the camera around physically with WASD and rotate it by holding middle click. Wait, so how would I... Maybe in this vase back here? It is. In here. I pick up a thing of ham, a pie, an apple, some bread. I pick up some food. Not sure how long the journey's gonna be. What's in here? Ooh, a healing potion. Ooh. I thought I could search that crate, not pick it up. Okay. Barrel. Barrel has a knife in it. I'm gonna equip that. I got a shove on me. This door is operated by pressure plates. Stand on them or place heavy objects on them. Barrel, but there. Move box here and then move box onto button. Cool. Now I'm in here. There's oil on the floor. Okay, it's unavoidable oil.
You there? Come here.
Hello. What you need, chap?
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here.
Demand to know exactly what is in it for me.
Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
I don't trust this guy. I don't trust this guy at all, actually.
Suit yourself. That we're all...
You know what? No, I kind of want to fight.
Go ahead and ignore me.
Change your mind, that's what
Gentleman
to do.
among jesters you are. Give that lever a...
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring Magister mumbles himself awake. One bloodshot eye.
Is my shift over? Are you here to relieve me? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy red scale? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
So I could do combat, or I could go with one of these three options here. Because of my stat distribution, I have the ability to use like my wits or my general intelligence, my constitution in order to persuade, or just like finesse. Like I just have like a natural like finesse level. Since I've done the tutorial before, I know that there's combat coming up, so we're gonna try one of these because I haven't done it before. Oh, persuasion is successful.
And it's about time too. The lads and lasses up there are getting lazy. Figures they'd send one of you sorcerers down. They can barely be chuffed to wiggle a single toe. Can't just leave the prisoner alone though. I heard he might be the one causing trouble upstairs.
And then I know that my intelligence is high, so I can kind of trust this one. So I'll remark that the sturdiness of the cell bars, you know, they're strong bars. He won't be getting out anytime soon.
That's all I need to hear. Just don't let that cage rascal fool you. You can't trust it as far as you can throw it.
Alright, sounds good to me, sir. I'm gonna wait a moment for him to leave before I try to do anything about these doors. Alright, seems he's out far enough. Anything in here? In his, like... the, like, secondary room in here. Nope, there just seems to be a ball and chain. It's a level 20 ball and chain. I guess that way you can... maybe put it on someone else. I'm just stepping through it.
Go on. Oh.
Alright, what do you want, sir?
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on yours.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine.
Yeah.
I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
Oh, that's a Oh. Are you dumb? Did you just set the entire fucking area on fire? First of all, I'm a dragon. Like, of sorts, right? I'm dragon kind. Second of all, this was a really bad idea for me. Shock you. And then I'll fucking just flame breath, just... And then I can also just... Can I just sucker punch you? No, it's too far away. And then, honestly, I might just step back. That way the fire becomes progressively less of a problem for me. Because this guy's gonna have to walk through everything. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Very smart, buddy. Yeah. So, honestly, I kind of want to wait for the fire to go away. There we go. And then I can... Can I rest here to regain some health? I can. I sleep in his bed. I'm not even gonna touch that bucket. I have no idea what the fuck. There's a scroll here. Electric discharge. Oh, it's like an ability scroll. Oh, and this is a lightning ability. Oh, that might come in handy. Oh, that might have come in handy just now, considering there's like a water bucket or water barrel. But it's fine. Alright, Hemvar. Or Hemwar. What did you have on? Well, whatever you had on you is gone. Probably from the fire, you know? In hindsight. Lockpick on this door. Highlight the door, press right click, and select the lockpick option. Okay. Pick lock. I need to find a lockpick, don't I? Barrel. Aha, conveniently placed tutorial items. Pick lock. Okay, and then it's an automatic attempt. It's hands-free. Unlocked. Whee! I imagine that there's locks that I'm just straight up not going to be able to really, like, do anything with. But maybe that is not the case. Maybe as long as you have a pick lock, you'll be able to put in like attempts, but then your attempts break the pick lock, kind of like in like Fallout games and other like CRPGs. So I don't like that there's fire there. So I think I'm gonna set that area on fire and then outweight it. There we go. And I'm just gonna like wait it out a moment. I mean, I have fire resistance, but it's free damage that I'd be taking, you know? I don't take damage for free. Or at least not, you know, when I'm on my own. Try to play it a bit smarter than normal.
What a mess I've made. Someone will be along to clean up, I'm sure.
A deck of cards. Another deck of cards. Would I be a gambling man? No, Jorno would not care about gambling. He would only be interested in gambling as like a skill that...
I'll need to get clever with this lock.
Yeah, clever, eh?
And I'm back where I started. And nowhere to go but up.
Okay. Oh, there's a ladder here. That's an empty desk. Sure. Up we go. And then that's all of Tutorial Island. Yay. There's a book. Random stuff. What if I just loot all of the bookshelves and such? What if I steal all of your collections of stuff? Wait, the King Touch Scroll. Physical damage to a target character and sets decay so that the character will take physical damage from healing spells and potions. That might be useful for like a complex battle. I can loot this container. More empty potion. I can loot this row of books. There's nothing. Pog. I can loot this. Poison bottle. Okay. Can I throw those at people? I know I can just drink it if I click the button. I did that yesterday. Preferably, I'd like to not poison myself. But sometimes we don't get choices in the matter. Let me... Oh, I can just walk up here.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so.
Put this collar on me, ma'am. Beautiful coloration. I do hate you still.
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
You're a bastard.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Mused that by the room's shape you can tell that you are a Lucian-class frigate, but why? Noble, now that you're up, you'd like to bathe and dine. Tell her the ring for servants. No. I'll be scholarly.
Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
What? Most ships can survive that. Why are we in such like a high-class vehicle is what I'm
Index
wondering.
fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather.
Are you calling me stupid?
Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Don't call me a particularly good boy, ma'am. You might give me other notions.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Recall the power building inside of you. You stare at that enthralled... the stare that enthralled a demon. Unleash it.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result.
You bastard, you took my power from me.
The collar's function, it neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast.
Wow, that's a very fucked up way of phrasing
Your own
that.
peace of
Grand.
mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Okay, well, before I continue, there's a barrel over here that needs a looting. And it has nothing in it. Alright, well, through the door I go.
No marks.
Good
No
gods.
indications of a struggle.
There's been a murder here.
Well, I imagine the guards are
Behind
like,
the
no
Magister,
shit.
a bloodied mass lies in a heap, Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Peer into the room and ask what happened. I'm capable of
There's been a
handling the
murder.
gore.
The sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them.
Oh, I'm glad you're actually keeping track of all of your prisoners. That is surprisingly, you know,
Waters is investigating.
surprisingly good
She'll
for a guard.
figure out who did it. Always does.
No lesions, no trauma. Continuous blend back magic.
I would tell him that I wouldn't trust a magister to get to the bottom of a butter dish. I like the always does ask if this
You
sort of thing
surprised?
happens
You're
often.
one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of? Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man.
Or just found a way to kill without the use of source
Small
magic.
ones this time, thank the gods. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
Interesting.
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
Okay, she's concerned about me. That's fine.
Ugly sight, isn't
Magister
it?
Waters. Would you like help?
Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector, she was his captor.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source.
Ah, too powerful for his own good. Not able to control it, really.
We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I can. Okay.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
Dude, I'm a heavy sleeper. What can I say?
You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Say you don't hail from the House of Dreams. When you sleep, you truly sleep. I just got 2 FNAF games. Nice. Which ones? Ask if she's investigating her fellow magisters as well. One of them could have easily done it. I'm gonna go with the when you sleep, you truly sleep.
Figured as much.
Seems pretty lore accurate.
Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers.
3 in security
Sometimes
breach?
they clam up in
Good
front of the
options.
uniform.
I'm neutral on FNAF 3, as I mentioned before, but Security Breach is an incredibly good experience. I really like that one. I could use some help to keep, use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they can clam up in front of a uniform.
Bring me a good
Sure.
lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you.
Ooh, money!
How about that?
You'll never know. I'll keep in mind.
Thanks. I just want to catch.
I'll be generally good, but honestly, I don't really like the Magisters. I just don't like the fact that someone is just straight up murdered in front of me. Random containers for me to search. Yes. Yes, that's just a bucket. That's rope. Metal crate. Stuff to loot. An empty bottle and some money. Money! Get that barrel. An old hat. Or like a hat. Let me put on my hat. Ooh! Very kind of royal-esque. I actually really like the way this hat is designed. New metal crate just dropped. Let me move that. Loot that. 2 more gold. Alright, let's start asking around. Parent.
There you are. Husband. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this loathsome woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergic.
Deathly allergic to singing or to your children? How would I want to react in this situation? Honestly, I would probably just choose to not help out. But it might be beneficial for me to help out because I get more information. So if I think about it strategically, I should probably play along
The
a
young
little bit.
woman seems about to raise her hand, but quickly remembers herself and nods pointedly at the excited children.
Who indeed? Why, my name is, Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb.
What is that name? You could have just left it at Josephine. Like Josephine Gribbles. Why do you add Madame? And then why do you add de Peeb? What?
The children break out into giggles.
I say, it is.
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed.
Well, that worked out better than I thought it was.
Smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
If I couldn't find age-appropriate companions, it's kind of funny. True enough.
You presume right.
Do you know anything about the murder that happened?
Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
That's, that's fair.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black.
What the
Grayish
fuck?
veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer.
What?
As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
It was one of them. I know it.
So, what?
Do you know Losa? She's a
Huh.
You're really... Wow.
What the fuck? She just got, like, temporarily possessed. What the hell?
Name?
One of us couldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy.
Okay, well, that's fine.
The Magisters are out for blood. You saw the body, didn't you? Big bruiser like you ought to be able to take them on.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench,
Okay.
eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions.
Hmm.
He
Good
raises
taste.
an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
Boy, tell him he ought to think twice before dressing you like a child.
He turns his head toward you, looking you up and down, and smiles before turning his attention to the ship once more.
You look like a boy to me. Listen if you're interested, or get gone if you aren't.
Honestly, what am I meant to be
His
hearing
eyes
here?
snap open.
I
He
clicked
looks
the
at you
wrong
and
button!
Murder? That's what they were going on, and I wouldn't know anything about it. I kill a man. He knows who done it. His daddy knows who done it, and the mayor knows who done it too.
His eyes flutter shut, and he assumes his position of repose once more.
Fucking idiot. Okay.
Whether they catch me is another matter, but I ain't one to hide my accomplishments.
What am I meant to be
The
hearing
ship,
here?
of course.
Listen to the sound of the
A
ship.
wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash, and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
That's fair.
And
The sea sounds angry.
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
that isn't anger, it's
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate.
What is she cooking?
That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that. Squeak!
Thank you, narrator.
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back, the other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news.
What did got you so excited? That was nothing more than a rat.
No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
This guy is such a boat nerd. I respect it so fucking much. It's... Oh my god. Why are you excited about... Why are you excited about the place? Or note that he's a practiced sailor. Ask him what the figure means.
Captain, actually. And that figure tells me we're getting close to the Joy. Close to what lies beyond it, too.
I don't think that's
dwarf
necessarily a
leans
good
back
thing.
from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
I may want to find him again inside Fort Joy. That's fair. Namiya.
The cook bows slightly and wipes her hands on her gruel-stained garb.
Oh, thank you.
Forgive me, Your Highness. I didn't expect... well, anyway, were that I had more than cornmeal and rotting roots to serve, I'd concoct something more fitting for one of your stature.
Relax. Your apologizing is a nuisance to me in
She
itself.
nods and smiles wanly before returning to her duties.
Okay.
Never thought you'd end up.
That was a cool bit of roleplay. Fane.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out, flicks a finger against one of your scales, and rubs his chin.
Fascinating.
Hey.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
See, if it was actually my character in roleplay, right? The moment he would have gone to touch me, I would have grabbed his hand. But I'll be snarky about it. He who touches the Prince of an Empire is to experience 7 years of good fortune, and that he's welcome.
7 years? What an infinitesimal period! Why would anyone... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How difficult. You have my apologies, Lizard. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once.
What book are you
I
reading?
do not believe I've been drawn anywhere. It is a quaint little read, but it has its faults.
Okay.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle.
Okay.
Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Honestly, I like my experience as a scholar. I don't really want to lean into the Red Prince thing too much. I feel like the Red Prince thing is kind of like for political matters. Maybe it's more for solidifying the title itself. But honestly, I'd prefer my character to lean into more of his scholastic, personal traits.
Most unusual, and if it's not too rude to suggest, not much of an answer.
Hey.
No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods.
It's honestly fucking same.
This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before.
Well, that's where things get
Where do these
complex
gods
most of
come
the time.
from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Look at him incredulously. The gods are forces of nature. They don't have a history. Why are you so curious? Nah, I don't want to dissuade him. Why are you curious about the gods?
The elf's face freezes for just a second before he waves his hand dismissively.
Oh, it's just one of my idle curiosities. We mortals do like to consider these things, do we not?
You're the most sus man alive.
Now, please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Now, why are you so curious about the gods? This seems targeted.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his...
Okay, well... He's sus.
Surely.
So this guy's a pilot, this guy's a listener.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
Or not pilot, but...
Tell you
No,
if you
captain.
keep it
This
quiet long
is
enough for
what
me
he
to
said,
listen.
so... Captain's fairly accurate. I'll take a bedroll. That seems good. Some camping gear. Let's go with
A
this guy.
scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Hello. Hello.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this trampy fan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
I'll move closer
He
to
leans
him.
in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Cocking
Yes,
a
sir.
phlegmy gobbet in your general direction,
Thank you.
the sullen Magister settles back
But
to
if
his
you touch
task
me
of
again, I'll break
glowering
your
at
finger.
Ifan. And now, you.
Why does he suspect you of murder?
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Why are you... It seems weird that a former military would... Well, I guess not really. Former military becoming a guard kind of makes sense, but... How do you
Long
find yourself
story.
here?
Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Okay, I'm so curious about the murder.
No.
Of course you did.
The dead man. Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Do you know anything about Fort Joy?
I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Yeah, honestly, if Alexander's the guy that's responsible for putting me in fucking jail and putting this fucking collar on me, dumb, stupid Alexander,
Easy
I'll
now.
show him.
I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, Lizard, what's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
So, I don't... Huh.
Put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to
I don't doubt him. Literally, Fane is the only one that I don't like, so I think it's Fane. Can I report it in? Or do I need, like, solid evidence of some sort?
So, anything interesting for me? I'll take that as a no.
Okay, she needs something interesting. I talked to Fane again. And honestly, if nothing comes from this conversation, I'm moving on.
Do you mind? I'm really wrong.
Okay, we're moving on.
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams, is you faring okay so far?
I like tough guy option. I'm looking at these options and they're kind of like... Like, as if he'd be fine, collared like a dog and stuck in a ship's hold with a corpse and a murderer on the loose. Like, it seems like a bit pompous and complaining at the same time. My character's a bit more cool collected, so like, I'd say I've been through worse.
Trust me, with Bishop Alexander in charge, things will get a lot better from here on out. He's God-walking, you know. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Cool.
If she tries to run,
Well,
shoot
perhaps
her.
you're absolutely right. You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
I'll wait here.
Murder most foul, and I strongly suspect you know all about it.
Do you?
She has
Well,
like
perhaps
200
you're
and 300 health.
absolutely
Why? What's going on here, fellas?
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
Her name is Wendigo.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
There's others ends who must lie. What do you mean by that?
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
What?
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Oh, shit. Source blast. Oh! Uh-oh.
What's happened?
Well, I can pillage the corpses, I guess. Ooh, a variety of weapons. I will take this all, as the weight does not matter at this point. Alright. Can I go, like, back? Is going back, like, a realistic option? I need to inform other people. Oh. Like, everyone is fucking knocked down. Well, the Magister's also definitely, like, not alive. What is that? That is a journal. Anything of note? Anything to loot? Looking around. There's a display case right here. Could go back and look for a companion, but I don't think that that's what I want. Hello, Buppy. Okay. I can't tell what he's saying. I can't tell what he means either. A forgery of painting. Provide me this. Is there a painting in here? No, but there is a chest. And chest means stuff.
Before this thing snaps into splinters.
Okay, fine, that's fair. Water in the fire.
Damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick.
There's more stuff to loot.
What's it blazing? Something's pounding on the hull.
I'm walking. Alright, let's go here. My sound is very low. My apologies. I think I was leaning a bit too far from my microphone. Alright, continue forward. Okay, that guy just got atomized. But I can utilize this because I can make a pillar here. I can make a little dude. And then I can blast more. Perhaps add more gain. I think the best thing I could do based on what my audio balancer is showing me is that I need to turn my game's audio down a little bit because it might be overpowering me, but I don't necessarily want to surpass like too many decibels. I could turn my gain up though as well. I'll do a little bit of both. Is this better? Also poison here. Sets poison. Can I just like bop? I can't bop. Enter. Wait, are they just immune to poison damage? No, they're not. They are like taking actually massive amounts of poison damage. Move to the cone behind an enemy and attack while wielding a dagger to perform a backstab. Okay, well, I'm not the backstabby kind, but maybe I should be. Hold on, let me go here. And... God damn, this thing's... Sucker punch. There. And then, yeah, my summons got that. Do you love the game? Because, Gate 3, I know the game. Because Gate 3, I know the game. Very exciting. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3, if that's the game you're referring to. I want to play that game really badly. But it is currently 60, and I don't necessarily want to buy it yet. I'm not in a rush, at least. I'm probably going to buy it soon, though. Just because I don't want to spoil myself on a lot of like what's happening in that game. But in terms of if I love this game, so far I really like it, but I haven't played like I haven't like gotten too far in it. This isn't the first time that I've played this, but either way I haven't really gotten too far. Can I just knock this boat over? Like there's no one else coming. I need to knock this ship down. Children and dwarves first? I'm not gonna lie, kid. There's no other people coming. Tell the kid Gil is right. You came from the lower deck. There's no turning back. I want to save these guys. There's no time to waste. Like, we need to go. I played a shit ton of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. It was sick. I honestly haven't played a single Baldur's Gate game. And that feels like a waste. Because I really like the D&D type games, hence the title. I played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 a lot. I should, honestly, Baldur's Gate 3 is out. Maybe I should have just tried to play another Baldur's Gate game. Maybe I should have prioritized that. I don't know when those games came out, though. Anyways, lore time.
And broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard, now presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
Oh, D&D we love too. Yep. What are some of your guys' favorite characters you've ever made for D&D? I think for mine, I tried making a bard that only used a kazoo. And this was during a period of my life where I played the kazoo a lot. And so I was fairly like versed in it. I wouldn't say good because like, well, one, skill is also kind of subjective. But like, well, no, that's just wrong. I was new. Like, I was still new. I didn't put like years of training into the kazoo or anything like that. But it was fun. And so I made an entire character based around playing my kazoo as much as possible during the campaign, and it was pretty funny for me. I've also made a lot of characters that are just based on like singular gimmicks, but I think my favorite that I've ever made, like truly the best like kind of level of like RP and everything like that, was I made a bugbear rogue who by the end of the campaign had stopped being a rogue and being more like a fighter, had gained greater intelligence, but only by like 4 points, but then that does it significantly increase your like capacity of speech. And then I also had become a half vampire, and at the very end of the campaign became the vampire like god. I think I killed the previous god is what happened, so I became the new one. I'm not supposed to talk to lizards. That's a pity. Lizards are famed storytellers.
Really? Like, what kind of stories?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him about Visha, who slayed the seven-headed snake of Oron.
A seven-headed snake? That sounds scary. Can I hear it anyway?
The scarier part of this snake of Orim is that every time you cut off its head, another one appeared, and it is quite literally just a hydra.
Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
Yeah, you still have your collar on, kid. You can't escape it.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy.
To tell them they might as well be, or might well be wrong and crazy.
Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island. But it's a lot nicer out here than inside.
Kid, do your parents know where you are on this forbidden island, possibly in the middle of the D&D equivalent of the Caribbean?
They're gone now. Their Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home.
Yeah, the Voidwalk can attack nearby the shore. Well, I didn't die. I have far greater capabilities than you, Sonny. All right?
There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean.
There's town.
Guess I am. But it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
That's fair. So, you're a very traumatized child. I'm very sorry for what has happened to you over the course of your life. An identifying glass. It's as good as the skill of one who's... Okay. Found an identifying glass. If you're a lore master with an ability high enough, you'll be able to identify items by right-click on it and click identify.
Garbage.
Cool. A bowstring. Wait, so is that like items in my inventory? So like if I right-click on this? No. No. Well, then I'm somewhat confused, but it's fine. Do I want to go staff or wand and shield? Kind of want wand and shield, but I'd prefer not wand. I'd prefer like... I really want a mace or like some kind of a bludgeoning weapon that just allows me to just like thwack a sorry stupid guy. Let's continue down the beach. Seems like a decent idea. Big bug.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn! They made it to the ship.
Oh wow, I have a good variety of attacks now. let's summon a totem right between them. And then, oh, that looks sick as hell. What? And then, bah. My favorite flavor of magic Skittles, sorcerer. I don't know what you mean by that. Magic Skittles? Does my staff deal burning damage? Oh, that's going to be so lit. I'm going to black you, blast you, and then blast you, but like again. That's not how you spell sorcerer. Oh, sorcerer. I see. Sour server. You know, sometimes your humorisms are completely past me, and I don't know if that means that they're bad or I'm stupid. We're probably both, to be honest with the both of us. Can I sort my inventory? Auto sort. Yay. Reinforced cage. Or crate. What is in the box? Crafting weapons. Ooh. A word of advice for the badly armed. Tie your knife, or a shiv, if that is all you have, to a stick, or a branch. Now you have a sword. No swords. Sure. That is somewhat how that works. Huh? I can't talk to you, buddy. Mr. Streamer is :orange or face dash orange dash raise dash eyebrow : Thanks. Oh, this looks like civilization. Or at least it's a flag. Maybe it'll get me towards civilization. Can I get up here?
A black cat.
Damn it.
A herald of wisdom in my homeland. How fortuitous.
Can I talk to it at all?
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear.
And
as it
shakes his
its
head. What? It was like staring at me. That must be like a druid or something. Or like some kind of like a being that's just like messing with me. Ooh, stuff up here. Okay. That's a strange looking skull. That is a watermelon. That is a shovel. I'm getting stuff. We're getting senseless loot here. Now I have a shovel. Is there like dirt or sand? Or okay, I'll find stuff later to use the shovel on. But I now see that there is what seems like a town over here. And I'm hoping we're not going to immediately get shot for being a wanted criminal that has escaped a ship. Or maybe they just kind of like forget, you know? That'd be epic. That'd be very cool if they did that. You know, just like forget my crimes.
We already know. Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
Okay, my apologies.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister.
Oh, I have fucking options. Whatever she may ask. Ooh. See, normally... how would I play this out? Okay. So my heart of gold, but very somewhat pompous prince of a character walks up to a situation like this. I see my own kind get conflicted by literally, like, the Pope. How would I want to go about this? I'd probably tell her to lie. Like, just stay down for now. Keep quiet. Do I have an option like that? Make yourself small. You'd rather not get noticed now. Step forward, saying that this is injustice. Okay, option 2 gets me fucking shot on sight. Or killed by these guys with massive fuck-off claws. Shout that whether she's telling truth or lies, you won't find out by mutilating her. That's a good option. Command your kin to disobey. Quietly muse that if they wanted to keep a lot of their magisters in check at once, the spectacle is the way to do it. Think to yourself that Alexander seems like the type to roll for a compliment. Could be worth remembering. Your stomach turns, your heart reaches out to your kin, but your hand feels frozen at your side. Fucking this 7th option right here, this is like the anime RP option. I'll go for the shout whether she's telling truth or lies. I'll go for like the like leans up against a post and like, you won't find what you're looking for with that kind of method. I'll go for that.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness.
This is fucked. That's fucked up. Imagine gaslighting someone with like, the previous pope trusted you. Why would you hurt the current pope? Like, and you ask that as like a possible question to a person that just like bit off their tongue.
I believe we're done here.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Can I help you?
What a waste.
What the fuck?
Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
What the fuck? She did what you asked! Oh, I hate this town already. I don't like this fucking place. We'll deal for now. Oh, good. She has a Molotov cocktail on her. Why would I pick up her leg? Why would I pick up her leg? I don't want to... her body's in gore anyway. I don't like that. I don't like this. This doesn't please me. Do I want to go a more vengeful route? I could go a more vengeful route. I'll go the insane vengeful route. I'm sorry, Mistress Atusa. I can quick save and quick load. I should keep that in mind. F5. What's happening here?
Find any bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or brisket, goes the same.
You, help me teach this beast. He must respect. If not, he comes for you next.
Respect?
What's going on here? Are you getting mugged, lady? Are you trying to bring me into you getting mugged?
Why'd you gotta make it so hard?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan.
Oh,
who you
Typhon.
met aboard the ship on the way.
Ifan.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug
Based.
freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
Why does the alpha owe money?
Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection. No exceptions. Especially not for elves. Griff's all...
Oh, so Griff's racist. I see.
Protection? I have neither.
Yeah, I'm new here. Tell me about Griff.
Runs the kitchen. Means he runs me, you, and everyone else in camp.
How'd they make an evil cook? How did they make a town's cook evil? That's like That's like rare. Normally the town's cook is like essentially everyone's fucking therapist. Yeah, I was about to say, this sounds more like a shakedown of the skies. That's good.
You two ought to be thanking your lucky gods it's us, and not the Magisters enforcing round here. A fool never knows what they've got till it's well and gone. Now come on, Elf. If you make me say it again, there's gonna be trouble.
Okay, yeah, if you're gonna mug her, I'm not gonna stand by. Yeah. And Ifan's based, so he won't either.
System. And it looks like you don't want to fit in.
No. Go off, Queen. Oh, fuck. He went for, like, the top down. Honestly, a lot of my magic is AoE magic, and it's really unfortunate that you're standing the way you are, ma'am. Because I could have hit a fat AoE right here, and then it'll just obliterate you. Let's do, I mean, I can do more concentrated, like, literally, like, boom! And then, but now if I use fire magic, it explodes because it's poison. I hit her. Bah! And then I'll walk here. What are you doing? Oh, he's encouraging us. Elemental arrowheads. Alright, that's a setup round. That's a setup round. Throwing knives. Throwing knives at point blank range? Oh, she's just only going for backstabs. Dude, she's playing fucking assassination rogue. And meanwhile, that guy's a giant fuck off, like, club. Highlighting an enemy, pressing right click, click examine, highlight your lore master ability, and learn more about the target. Examine. Source muted. This character has no talents. He's generally strong with a little bit of constitution and memory, so he might have spells. He's level 2. She is the exact same character. Okay. Now, I can do this, and I hope that's lightning. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. And then I'll use this on you. I'll also, since it only costs 1, I will summon a fire turret. Gah! Change the POV. Get her, Lodi! Get her! Can I just, like... By God's might I smite ye!
Follow me, before more of them trouble us.
Okay.
I have an errand to run around here first. I'll catch up with you there later.
Remember, past the kitchens, down to the beach, inside the caves there. There is a safe place.
Okay, sure. Also, I'm looting this guy. I don't want to shoo the rodent away because I don't know what it wants. I don't want to just, like, tell it to fuck off and then it has, like, great wisdoms for me, you know? Like, I really just don't know what it wants. So she said... down here? Well, I can see the little marker on the map because she's running. Oh, the cave. Excuse me, ma'am, I'm beating you to your own quest objective.
Ah, a little reprieve from the din outside.
Oh, the kids are playing tag. Hello,
Thank you
Lodi.
for your help with that, thug. No doubt he turns on you next. These humans hate us.
I'm happy to help. She doesn't need to toughen up. She already has a tough spirit. Do you know your way out of the
The
fort
hero
at all?
escapes. The only way out is through the Magisters, through their cure. Thugs I can stand, but I fear the Magisters.
Through their cure? Are you saying, like, they're culling us, thus curing us? Or are you just saying, like, that's a way to do it? How did you get here?
It gives me great pain. I'm with my family. We're
Mm.
making beautiful magic. We're healing a tree cut down with great violence. The Magisters come. My family runs, but I fall. My son looks back. I shout to him to run. I am taken. In
That's
this
fucked
cave,
up.
we trust
That's
the
fucked
healer.
up.
She is young, but she sees. She knows more than we
So
know.
essentially, more and more, I'm getting the vibe that I'm literally going to burn this city to the ground. I'm not liking actually anything that I'm hearing.
Before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a prize.
Did
I'd
you
save
ju-
it for a special occasion, but I can think of no finer occasion.
Did you just give me a severed head?
Thank you.
Oh, okay. She said, here's your reward, and at the top of my screen it said severed head. I'm like, did you just give me a severed head as a reward? What? But no, here's my actual rewards. Here, you know, this is the real stuff. A wooden figure, a pitchfork, a staff with 1 more damage. Oh, honestly, getting some armor this early might not be a bad deal. I actually like that. Yeah, I like that. And now I have a bottle of oil, which means I get to throw stuff. Dude, why did you give me a severed head, lady? It's actually, like, it's, like, creepy that you gave me this. Why would you give me a severed head? Sociopath. I'm looting your barrels. Because they're not labeled as red or thieving, I imagine. There's a barricade. Oh, what the fuck is over here? You got, like, Chernobyl in the back of your cave, ma'am. Kid, you have a red flag above your head on your minimap.
Girl's eyes are covered, but she turns towards you when you approach. She smiles as though she recognizes you, though she couldn't have seen your face.
Hello, dear prince. Hello, betrayed soul. How sad to stand accused, to be innocent but not believed.
How do you know about me?
I see it before my eyes.
Honestly, I'm not here to talk about
Your
my private life.
Is not your own. Your life is for us all. I cannot say more. You see someday.
I'm looking at a way out of the fort. Can your mystic powers, ma'am, help me with that?
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see him? He knows how to leave.
I have not come across such man.
But if you find him, maybe you can help him.
I'll keep that in
He is
mind.
caught by those who hurt him. I wish so much for his return. And he tells you what you seek. A way out.
I'll help your
You
friend.
bring me great peace. Thank you, my friend. I miss
I'm
you
mainly
very
telling you this because you're saying that it helps me get off the island. I am gonna keep that, you know, as precedent.
He is a lizard of many dreams, of far feeling. You do not free Amiro without him.
Okay, lady. Okay. A fish rack. Are there fish in the fish rack? Oh, fuck yeah, there's a single herring. I'm stealing all of the food that this fucking camp has to offer. Wait, so all of these barrels down here are like fine for the collecting, but this one up here, no, that's stealing. This is the camp's barrel right here. If you mess with the camp's barrel, you declare war. Oh, what's this? What's over here?
This hole is too small for you to squeeze into.
It's like a dwarf hole. Only like dwarves You can fit through that. There's no, like, halfling race. So it's like, it has to be either dwarves or maybe it's like a shape-shifting type thing. Possibly. What's the dog doing? There's a shirt in here. I'll sell it. Another fish rack. Give me a herring. Give me a herring. Yes, it gave me 2. Yes! What's going on over here? I see another red flag thing on my map. Oh, Amrio. Or Amiro.
So, please help me. She has not much time.
Who do you mean?
Very Griff accuses me of taking his goods. But it is not me he wants.
What does he want?
He is a savage kind. Do you believe the words of a savage?
No, everything I've heard about Griff is fucking awful so far. You don't have to convince me of that.
Deceptive. Like
I had to read all my options there.
I'm innocent. Like most of us here on the island, in fact. Aren't you like me, looking for a way out?
No, I'll nod at him. Do you know a way?
I do. I prepare it myself. One only has to follow the path.
Okay.
But you guess I need something too.
What do you have in mind? I feel like it's just get out of the cage, but do you want more from me?
I show you. And you?
Yeah, that... Okay, if it's just get out... Yeah.
Finally, Griff releases me if he sees I do not have what he misses. After I am free...
What does he want? Do you have any idea who stole the supplies?
I see no one. In fact, I only hear the sound of Griff clearing his throat. You know how he does? Like so.
I know what... Why are you demonstrating to me how to clear your throat? I understand how to clear your throat. Like, how to clear one's throat. Why would you...
Truly does not find what he seeks.
What supplies does Griff want back?
Griff is a powerful man. Power is mysterious. In case you haven't noticed.
What were you doing sneaking around his kitchen?
No harm. I want
Oh, he just
only
wanted
some
food.
Provisions. A bit of you understand. Thank you.
Okay. Now, I need to get his supplies. Do I have, like, another marker on my map at all? Yellow is a location, red is a quest marker. Okay, I have no information. It is exploring time. How's my inventory looking? It's looking kind of full. It's selling time. There's a merchant around here, I think. Here. Where's lady? Huh? Huh? Maybe I'm just not close enough to... It's video game, you know? You have to be close enough to render the merchant, you know? Also, I'm just gonna have this, like, squirrel thing companion following me around. I knew it! Hello, Nabora.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
You're like a tinkerer?
What you after?
What are you making?
I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dallas. Made these herself. For those bodyguards of hers.
Ah, it's that glove. It's the glove with all, like, the claws and stuff on it.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something?
How did you get your hands on one of those?
Scrap heap not so long ago. We used to know each other back. Never knew her to be much of a wrench head back in the day, but once she joined the order, she started turning out all manner of oddities.
Was it Dallas who made them?
Nods once.
She made the collars.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot of questions?
I kind of want to continue the questions. I'm not going to lie to you, ma'am.
For you? Hell no. That's for me to know, and you to get out of my face. Buy or shovel.
Okay, that's fair. I was kind of pressuring hard. I am one for wares, though. Oh, wait. These are summoning books. Unlock ranged attack for your incarnate. Provides 10 magic armor. Increase damage by 75. Oh, this is like a buff ability. Cool. What is this ring? +1 to scoundrel. Okay. A tormented soul. Oh, I'm glad I could just find these on the market. What? My apologies. Okay. Selling stuff. Goodbye cracked sword. Goodbye hammer. Knife. Wand. A shirt. A worse shirt. 2 different shields with the same stats. Think I can sell this book. A singular rope. A forgery of a painting. It is very obviously a forgery, so it does not go for anything. A skull. Dad, I don't know. Not lockpicks. I'd probably want those. Probably not going to use poison. I'll keep my food items on me. Another shirt for me to sell. A lot of empty bottles. There you go. A rat's tail. Here you go. An empty bottle. Here you go. Like an empty bottle for drinks instead of an empty bottle for potions. I think that's good. I kind of want to keep my food on me. Is there any food that's worth like a notable amount of money? Okay, why is this... Oh, because I have 4 of it. I was like, why is a herring worth more than cheese? It's because I have 4 of it, so in total it's worth 4. But nothing gets me quite close for this Farsight infusion. So, you know, I'll just do like an even trade. I'll try to increase my rep with you a little bit, though, right? You know, I'll give you 16 gold's worth of stuff. And thus that is 16 aptitude. All right, so it's 1-to-1. Cool. Otherwise, I think I'm good. So I think I'll just sort my inventory real quick. I just have like severed body parts. Just chill in. Wait, you have a quest now.
What do you need? The hammer got you curious.
I have a few questions about Dallas.
Yeah, funny name for a gal like that. When I knew her, the Feather would have been a likelier name.
What do you remember of Dallas? What's her personality like?
Sweet soul, quiet, loved her family. Always seemed strong as I recall, but she didn't come across as no fearless military leader back then. She was just a girl.
That seems entirely opposite of her current personality. I would really like you to elaborate on this.
Do change, don't they?
Was it Dallas who invented these collars?
Clever lasser. No wonder what Alexander sees in her. Question is, what she sees in him.
That is a good question. Alright, well, I've asked my questions. I have no idea what my quest objective is over here, because I've asked Nabora everything. Maybe I just need to get something, like, for her. And it's just not going to tell me what that is, because then that would make it too obvious. Well... Random Magisters. That is a book called Mutiny in a Bottle, the Firestorm Grenade. That is a recipe for how to make a Molotov. Based. I will open this crate. Actually, I will open all of these crates. It is looting time. Oh, don't mind if I do. Ooh, 15 gold. I'll also take this entire barrel of water. Give me. Gold, yes. Yes! Riches! Wares? Oh, have I leveled? I have leveled! Available, 2 points. More intelligence. I'm going full-ass mage. Oh, that was 4 intelligence. Oh, are my benefits doubled? Huh. Wow, I don't want leadership. That doesn't seem useful. 20% more, summoning increases vitality, damage, physical armor, and magic armor of your summons and totems. So my damage from my bolt ability is separate. Hmm. Heal for 10% of damage dealt. Does that round up to 1? Because it's going to be useful for a while if it's not. I'll just go with summoning. Keep it light. Lucky charm. Extra treasure. Extra treasure sounds pretty pog. Sounds like it could go for some highlights. All right. Moving forward. Moving forward. Box. Give me box. Yummer. Another crafting book. Word of advice to the unarmed. Find a stick or a branch. Tie a sharp piece of rock to one end. Or do the same with a sharp piece of metal. And now you have a simple axe. You are no longer unarmed. The shiv. A word of advice to the unarmed. Find a sharp piece of metal. Wrap one end in cloth. And now you have a shiv. You are no longer unarmed. These are based things. Providing weapons to the wary. Based. Let's go down here. What are we working with? That is a crab named Septa the Ineffable. Oh, hi, beast.
Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body strains with the effort of wrenching the plank free, to no avail.
Hail, I recognize this fellow from the ship. I'm glad you made it out.
Oh, that. Won't be my first or last roll on a lost boat. You
Okay.
made it out fine,
A veteran of sorts.
You made quite sure of that from what I hear. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got business to attend to.
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together before placing them both back on the plank and pulling.
Bleeding nail must be charmed or something.
What? Do you need a hand?
Go on then, give it.
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose, and the plank promptly crumbles to pieces in your hand.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I loosened her up.
Yeah, okay, bud.
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your hand.
Nice flip.
No, but I'd hoped to build something with it that would be worth 1,000. Yeah, it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap, but I couldn't help myself from trying.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
What's your plan B?
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust you.
That's fair. We're both prisoners.
Was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment.
If people don't leave Fort Joy, but if you're saying that you can get out, I'm willing. But I'm going to tell you, well, no, I'm hopeful.
Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you.
I'm not looking for company at the
Trundle
moment,
around
but...
with a group of amateurs at your heels, are you? Your funeral, I'll be here when you change your mind.
Okay. Okay, so I don't lose the option. I just am kind of rude to him for a moment. Not looking for an ally. I'm a lone wolf for now.
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead.
Who are they?
Them that pay the bills, of course.
I'll be a rich man when you're 6 feet under. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's dance.
Okay. Spontaneous combat. That's not stabbing time. You've just thrown a fireball at me. And now you've thrown dust at me. You're not doing a very good... Oh, you actually kind of fucked me up. Oh, I'll give you the credit where it's due. I am still blasting you, though. That being said, you're not stopping me from still pulling off my turn. And I'll walk over here and leave my minions to do my bidding. Not enough AP. Shit. Well, I'll long turn for now then. Ah, it's a singular mob with a bit of health. Ah, backstab. Alright. I'll play this game with you. What is my turn's range? At an enemy in sight. I'm just hoping it's in sight then. Bonk. Aha! It is in sight. 3 AP to attack. Fuck you, buddy. Another 2 AP to attack. Fuck you, buddy. End turn. A sawtooth knife. I'm now bleeding. You've thrown an oil flask on the ground. Well, now I can't... Wait, I have to step out of this. I have to step out of this. I don't care about attack of opportunity. I needed to step out the oil. My minion is imbued with fire. I actually, arguably, need to step even further away from him. I am going to walk a fair distance. Just gonna... There we go. Feels good. I'm gonna turn around and absolutely fucking blast him. Cool. I love that bass boosted noise.
These assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
Really, frightful manners over everything. A tattered page, I compress to read. A single spark hovers delicately within this iridescent sparkled orb. A physical armor potion. A simple what? A simple rhyme. An old nursery rhyme reads, "Come join me where it's hot. Come join me at the fire. Come join me round the pot. That is how we make our dinner." Alright. I put the book on the chair. I read the tattered page. Naren, you've served me well in the past. You will do so again. Use the scroll included with this letter and cast it on the public square in Arx. You will be arrested for source use and shipped to Fort Joy. Once on the island, you will search for a red-skinned lizard. You will kill him. You will cut his body to pieces. You will ensure no magic in the world could restore him back to life. You have your orders, your weight in gold. It waits you. Good luck and good hunting. Well, that didn't work out for him, eh? Where's my bedroll? You. I need to sleep. Oh, I've rested. Pog. Continue forward. Hello, Margot. Are you like a normal human?
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves.
You are a fairly normal
She
human.
seems totally at peace, but as you approach, she turns to you with a...
Haven't seen you around here before. New?
I don't care about my reputation that much. I just arrived.
Well, don't worry too much if you have a hard time settling in. Takes a while to get used to the place.
Oh, thanks.
You here alone?
She gives you a long look.
You think twice about facing this mean world alone, eh? Someone to drink to in the evenings, someone to hold at night. If you got those, you'll be all right.
She's actually telling me to get laid.
Got anyone at all anymore? It's nothing. If I haven't learned that by now, I haven't learned anything at all. Used to be I had a family. a husband, and a little boy. We were healers. Source was in our blood.
No. But because Source is now reputed for bringing in the Voidwalkers, your healing business.
Here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they did. Reckon they were cured. Maybe even released. Don't know why the Reds didn't take me too. Now I'm just waiting for them to call my name. Waiting and remembering.
My condolences.
Thank you kindly, sweetheart. I do appreciate it. They were good lads. Too good for this place. In some ways, I'm
This
glad
place
they
is
got out
sick.
quickly.
Like
Listen to me.
like ill.
Bubbling on like a cauldron. You're sweet to listen. And yes, they were lovely.
Bubbling on like a cauldron is a very good saying. I should
run
use
along
that.
now, darling. You shouldn't spend what little time.
I won't. But you are a very nice lady, so thank you for the conversation. Alright, where's stuff to do? I could go to this part of the beach here, kind of right of the cave. See what's brackin'. Ooh. I like the cut of this location's jib. Alright. What my character doing?
Come on, chap.
I'll do whatever's over here, and I'll probably get to chatting, because if I just keep playing this game, it's going to take absolutely fucking forever for me to get to a decent stopping point, so I just at one point need to call it. So once I get up here, what's here? What's here? A box.
Is that thing eating corpses?
What thing? Oh, yeah! What the fuck? Can be electrified or frozen. Do I have anything that freezes? Do I have a scroll of shocking? I probably don't want to make friends with that thing. Like ever. So I think I just blast. Cause he seems to be wet, right? Or at least he's standing in blood. Yeah, I think I like this approach.
You shouldn't have done that. No, no, no.
I do not care. Oh, poison magic. Contamination. Okay. Maybe I got a little ahead of myself. We'll see. So first of all, blast. This requires 2 action points. Well, actually, I should summon these things. That way they're of fire attribute. And then I'm gonna walk 1 foot back. That takes 2. What does attacking take? 2? Let me attack first then. And then fireball. Alright, he's taking a fuck ton of fire damage, actually. Uh-oh. Whirlwind. Ow. Ow, I'm crippled. Okay. Ouchie. I'm just gonna stand my ground and see kind of what plays out. 6. Can I bonk you or are you too far away? I can't move because I'm crippled. Well, conceptually that makes sense. I'll make another fire totem then. Alright, my fire totem blasts. I can hit him for 3, but because I had to move, I can't do it again. That's fine. Whoa! Miss! Ow! Where's he going? Where's he? Bonk. Cool! He's dead. Whoa! Whoa! What the hell? That guy had, like, stuff kind of stuff. there's so many, like, mutilated corpse stuff. Logs? Okay. Gonna not step into poison, preferably.
Boring.
Ah, ew, 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 no, to put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back, ew, ew, ew. Also, let's equip this stuff. My strength is not high enough. I need 11 strength. Well, honestly, it's probably fucking worth it for me to get 11 strength if this is my reward. Alright. Give me what's in this chest. A shield. Possible future use, definitely. Is there anything up this, what looks like a ramp? I can't reach. Okay, I just can't go there then. That's fine. Did it get anything for doing that, or was it just kind of like kill the cannibal herder? I mean, I'm willing to kill the cannibal. It's not exactly like I was planning on making friends with him at any point in time, but mainly wondering. Let's put consumables towards the bottom here. Oh, well, the bottom keeps going down. So, oh, let me eat some stuff. So I can do that. I can also eat apple pie. Okay, eating an apple has an unknown effect. Okay, eating all of this has unknown effect. Eating watermelon has unknown effect? What am I supposed to cook with it? What? I'll do apple juice. Apple juice. Alright. Healing potion, invis potion, armor potion. And then let's do scroll, Molotov oil flask. Actually, let's switch these two. That way the scrolls are all right next to each other. Barrel. Yeah. That's good. Hello? What do you want?
Am I awake? I think I need a pinch. Oh, no. Hang on. It's you. They said you'd be red, but I didn't think so very red.
Hmm? I recognize this lizard as a dreamer. Tell him that you've been looking for one like him.
Oh, yes. Of course you have, Prince of Princes. Yes, indubitably. I need to parley with you further, sire. I do, and do indeed.
Do you need a moment to compose yourself, buddy?
Thank you, but I'll be quite all right soon. Yes. Being suddenly roused startled me. Swept between sleep and awakening, I could not be certain. Is it really him? The very one I've been waiting for?
The very one.
But it is you. All rugged and ragged. How the mighty have fallen.
I'll ignore that comment, but I've been looking for one such as your profession.
Just so, just so. How very reciprocal. You see mysteries in the night, so do I, so do I. The they I spoke of, O Majesty, are my dreams, the brain born of sleep. I see you in my wondrous foggy fantasies, sire. They speak to me. They say...
You keep your horses in the stable, buddy. What are you working with here?
Change. But there are those that oppose the change. There are those that want you quite dead. I do not know.
Then what change are you talking about? Okay, then what is your use? With all the patience you can muster, I ask him why he's being so bloody recalcitrant? Recalcitrant? I don't know what that word means.
For you, your majesty, for your life. And see, this is the very X in the crux of the capital M matter, Prince. What we must speak of is very delicate. What we must speak of is very dangerous. What I must know, I do not know when I'm awake.
what I must tell you out in the great sleep.
How do we do that? Hold on just a moment. Is he saying we must sleep together? That's sus.
Quite
That's
simple,
sus as shit.
really. You and I must simply close our eyes and let. And we shall meet in the great realm of dreams, where the whispers will reach me, and through me, their words will be yours.
Are there any risks?
Like slapping a king cobra whose sister you just addressed with a vulgar epithet. Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
But we will only walk its outer edge, I assure you. There really is no need to worry. There's one. Dear me, this is frightfully embarrassing for a dreamer to say, but, I find myself quite unable to dream. I want to aid you, of course, my lord.
You're a dreamer who can't dream.
Need to aid you, but I am in the leaf that enlightens.
Drudene.
Should I partake of the leaf, Prince, we will both know what it is the spirit of sleep wants us to tell you. Not quite. No. See? I have some, yes, but I stole it. They think it was an Anton, Your Highness. I should return the Drudene and set the elf.
You're the one who has the fucking shipment that the guy wants.
Wants to dream and see.
It wouldn't be right to take it, but honestly, I don't like Griff, but I don't want Amrio to stay. So do I just have to go into the camp and fuck him up? I won't damn the elf. I'll go back and help him in my own way. I'm not handing back the Drudene.
Yes, of course. I cannot.
Stingtail reaches into his pocket and fishes out an orange, telling you it is in pieces of fruit that he hid his contraband. He devours it greedily, and his eyes yawn, a few mumbled words, and the lizard falls asleep. You sit in the sand, close your eyes, and follow him. From shadow comes sunshine.
Ooh.
Your home. You're in your own palace, atop the great library
Yes,
tower.
I can see it
you were
now.
told the Forbidden City.
Yes.
Only it's infinitely bigger than you remember. A sea of white marble that reaches as far as the eye can see.
Ooh.
Stingtail is here too, but when he addresses you, another voice lurks behind the dreamers.
From shadow comes sunshine. Quite right, Your Majesty. But not if the shadow gets its way. The shadow.
I accidentally slammed buttons. Fuck. My finger just twitched. Why?
Yes, even to one such as I, their reasons remain ensconced in darkness. No one knows the House of Shadows exists. Therein lies its victory. The dreamers, we know them, and we do not leave them to weave their black webs around our empire unperturbed. The mighty houses of war and law, they are the true shadows, unaware of the dark sun that rules their days. Now, the House of Shadows moves against you, but in the House of Dreams, you have an ally.
I'd hope so.
We pledge allegiance to you, the one and only prince, a one and only king to be. We see the golden throne. We see you, the shimmering flame, amid the gold.
Then you are the sunlight.
Of course you are.
Or I am the sunlight. Haha.
The sun, the red prince, and so much more. Quite so.
What is
Let's
the
not
change that
discuss
you were
the
telling me about?
change just yet. Stingtail stung too soon. Right now we must ensure your safety. Should you perish, the change perishes with it. You
What
must
do I
escape
need
from
to
the
do now?
island you are on. Break through Fort Joy's walls and venture.
I already knew I needed to escape the island. That's the whole point that I'm here. What the fuck?
Another dreamer awaits there, Bahara. She is a far greater dreamer than this Stingtail. She can take you further through the realm of dreams. For much further you must go. So wake now, Prince. Wake and be wary. Be wary of the shadows that would snuff out the sunshine.
Okay.
You wake up, as does Stingtail. He yawns and stretches his arm.
Well now, what a dream that was. What a palace we saw. Can't say I remember much else, though.
Say that you at least won't forget all the talk about the House of Shadows in a hurry.
Shh! Word, my lord, you mustn't say such things.
Okay,
was it
fine.
really of them that the dream voices spoke?
Yes, say that they are hunting you, but the dreamers are on my side.
Good, good. I don't know of how much help I'll be, but I'm glad to hear we're on the side of Red Prince. Long may your majesty live, and long may be your reign.
Cool. Alright, well, the first thing I'm going to do is try to help this guy. Because I'm going to let him know that his package has just been eaten. Which is a little awkward, haha. A little bit of hee-hoo-hoo-hoo. And so in return, I'm probably going to engage in long-form combat. And then, I'm going to save here. And then, after this combat, whether I win or die...
Don't make me say it again. Listen, I can... Shut up, elf.
Why is he being held here?
Caught him stealing from my kitchen. Still won't say where he stashed my supplies. Sound like someone you'd let off with a slap on the wrist.
Are you sure he's the culprit?
Trying to make off with a second crate after he took the first. Went down like a rent boy when we grabbed him. Easy. Supplies. Crate of food, citrus in particular. He'll talk, or he'll die quiet.
Would you kill a man over fruit?
Ain't been here long, have ya? No one gets to have it all. No one starves anyone else.
He twirls his knife between his fingers.
Divine's gone. This blade is the only god watching over Fort Joy.
Well, I don't like the fact you're keeping him locked.
Not like this. There's too many of them.
No, I'll fight for you. How many people am I fighting? 1, 2, 3... 5? 5 people? Well... I think I've had worse odds. Let's try this approach to start. And then... I'll summon this guy here. A tower here. And then I'll move this way. And then I'm just gonna play, I'm gonna play Ring Around the Rosie with these guys, and hopefully it kind of just works out. That's the hope. Alright. Solid fire damage. Okay, that man has turned invisible. Chloroform on my incarnate? You just fucking chloroformed my dude? Okay, that person's going up there. They have a bow. That is Hilda. She is an archer and a traitor. I am losing access to a traitor. That is fine. Staff of Magus on the Red Prince. That's me. Favorable winds. Okay, he just local buffed. And then he's going upstairs. He's probably going to start pelting me. Well. I can hit him from here. But he's stupid. He has stupid magic armor, though. Holy shit. Alright, one person at a time. Let's deal with this one first. See what I can do here.
I sense something nearby.
Oh, my intuition. Ow! Okay. She's also going up. She also has a bow. Okay, that's me getting pelted. This archer goes up. Also shoots me. What is my health at? I'm not very high in health. I'm dead. Well, what can I say? I tried. Alright, let's move on to the just chatting section. I mean, I have a saved game, so I'll preload it real quick while I'm setting up. But let's just do a little bit of chatting. I was planning on streaming a bit, like, shorter today, just because I'm a little bit exhausted. I'm looking forward to my break day tomorrow. But we can also get to our regulated sections and then also talk about what I'm streaming next week. What the schedule is for that. So, let me take you over to my favorite place to bring friends and family as of late. Let's take you guys over to Blobfish Bay. Let me get some music playing. It'll still be the tavern music for a moment. Yeah, I like games like this. I don't know, they're always fun to kind of like immerse yourself in. One thing that I did notice about this game is that it is like a... It is a bit... The options feel somewhat limited. Like, I feel like the options aren't diverse enough in the directions that I'd kind of want to go, but maybe that's for the sake of not interrupting a specific quest flow that the game's kind of going for. And I kind of used my frame of reference as like Knights of the Old Republic 2 and the Old Republic MMO and Mass Effect, The Witcher, other games that are kind of like RPGs that have a lot of these chat options. Like Mass Effect can give you like up to 6 options per thing, and I did notice that based on my stats I did have up to 7 options here, but that was such a rarity. Most of the time I would have 3. 2 of them would feel similar enough. And I don't know. The balance was kind of a little smidgen off. But it seemed, I mean, still fun. I still really like this game, actually. I don't know. The combat feels really nice. I really like the fact that I have so many fucking options to choose from whenever I enter combat. The combat feels really fun. And I imagine that the XP from combat is normally more beneficial than actually progressing the story. But of course, there's a chance to where you could just fuck up the story by taking place in just multiple forms of combat. Alright. I saved. I've quit. Let me change the music over to something a bit more my usual. Start off with some Lily Pichu. It's lit. What the fuck? My friend's sending me random fucking memes. Alright. Enough of that. Let's move on towards the regulated sections. That way I can get towards the next week's stream's announcements. So, let's start off with other games that came out in 2017 that I could have played today. There were quite a few, but I don't really own many of them. If I were to re-choose, I do know which one I would go with. So, games that came out in 2017. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Nier Automata, or Automata, whichever one you choose to say, The Night in the Woods, Cuphead, Super Mario Odyssey, the Assassin's Creed Origins. That's the Egyptian one. Is it Egyptian or is it Greek one? Wikipedia. It's the Egyptian one. That's what I thought. Because the Origins is the Egyptian one, and then Odyssey is the Greek one. Yeah. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. We have... I've never heard of that game, actually. Horizon Zero Dawn. Sonic Mania, Injustice 2, Metroid Samus Returns, Prey, Destiny 2, Little Nightmares, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Mass Effect Andromeda, which was actually... My first choice was going to be Andromeda simply because I thought it was going to be a lot more of like a scuffed stream. But then I thought this one would be more accurate towards what my goal was. I wanted today to like... When I selected Andromeda, I was like, well, I want to kind of represent like my D&D and my like CRPG or ARPG like tastes, right? So I felt like this game would be more accurate towards that because of the setting that it's in. Where Andromeda would kind of just be a shitpost because I'd be playing Andromeda in the, you know, in the year fucking 2024 or 2023. I'm in the future. Dirt 4 came out, but I'm not too heavy on like the Dirt games because I'm not exactly a car guy. Not often. For Honor, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Halo Wars 2, which I actually really like. And then yeah, that's pretty much all of the games that I probably was like looking into, considering, weighing, you know, considering seriously at least. I think if I were to rechange like what I played today, right? Or if I were to like literally randomly buy a game right now, download it, play it, it'd probably be Cuphead. I honestly think Cuphead is an ingenious like indie game. I think its art style is incredibly unique, and it is the attraction that the game goes for. Like when people talk about like, oh, I want to play Cuphead, most of the time they think about the combat flow and they think about the art style and how like enhancing it is of that gameplay experience, and I would agree. I haven't actually played Cuphead in years. I think the last time I played Cuphead was over at my friend's house. Or well, like one of my friend's house. So, yeah. Cuphead would have been a really fun one for me to play today. Let's move on to shows that came out in 2017. Young Sheldon. The Good Doctor. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Or Marvelous Miss Maisel. Riverdale. Star Trek Discovery. Money Heist. The Orville. 13 Reasons Why. Twin Peaks. The Castlevania. This is the anime, right? The Castlevania anime started? Yep, in 2017. Yep. The one on Netflix, highly recommend. That show's just fun. It's also that's also a show that you can watch in its English dub because it's kind of the writing in it. It's actually like fairly accurate if you were to watch it in English because it's you know, Castlevania takes place in Europe, so it works out. And then the voice actor like cast itself was just fucking phenomenal. We have Boruto, The Next Generation. There it is. Oh my god, the show Big Mouth. I want to throw up. Series of Unfortunate Events with Neil Patrick Harris. Glow. The Iron Fist series with Finn Jones, which was good. Could have been better, but was good. Yeah, IMDb rated it like a 6.4. Probably 6.5 for me. It's a fun watch if you like the martial arts stuff, but it gets a little ridiculous towards the end. But it also has this... It's funny because it's like conceptually strange at the end, but then has a cool ending, if I remember it right. I like the Iron Fist first season's good. Did it have a second season? The Iron Fist show's good. Continuing on, the DuckTales animated with David Tennant, Ben Schwartz, other people. Nightfall, Cardinal, Black Lightning, currently skipping over some of the anime that are on this list because I'll cover it later anyways. 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. The El Chapo like cartel documentary. Where's Shrimp and Basha? Good shorty. Super long. Once ransom. I'm running out of normal shows because I definitely wasn't watching a lot of TV at this time. At this point, I'm looking for shows that I recognize from like online forums and stuff like that, or like Reddit talk or my social medias and stuff like that in the past. Like, have I heard about any of these things basically through osmosis? But it's running out. Oh, the Robbie Damon Spider-Man show. This one doubled down on the nerd Peter Parker and wasn't bad, but there are some weird middle parts. Honestly, I'd need to watch some form of like a documentary maybe on this show to really like know more about it. I didn't watch this one too much. I did watch like the first episode just to like check it out, and I did like what they did with Peter Parker because they kind of just tripled down on him being like a massive nerd, but not really sure on the rest of the show, you know. I haven't watched it. Mystery Science Theater 3000's reboot. Power Ranger Ninja Steel came out. You know what my favorite part of Power Ranger Ninja Steel is the fact that they have a ranger who just has a fucking cowboy hat. Technically, I don't think that's until Super Ninja Steel, but eh. I'm pretty sure the 6th Ranger has a fucking cowboy hat, like built into his helmet in design, which is kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of design is based as shit. The Erased anime had a live action series. Huh. The Big Hero 6 TV, like animated TV series, not the new series that came out, like the, what is it? The Baymax miniseries, not that. What are some other shows that had come out recently? Honestly, why don't I just show you guys like the screen that I'm looking at right now? It's not like I'm looking up anything bad. The Saga of Tanya the... Let me change how the screen is put though, that way it's not blocking the monitor. The Magic School Bus rides again? What the fuck? Okay. OKKO. I heard OKKO is actually kind of like funny to watch for like kids, like for a younger audience. Doesn't necessarily... Kid shows don't age well for adults, right? That's literally their concept, is that they are designed for their target audience and it doesn't really leave it, but that's fine. Alright, but that's within 250 shows of stuff that came out. Let's look at anime that came out in 2017. And then that's for fall, but I need to go all the way back to winter. Alright, I'm looking at some pretty good ones here, though. Alright, for winter of 2017, Konosuba had come out. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid had come out. I actually really like Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. This is pretty good. Saga of Tanya the Evil. Masamune's Revenge. How do I feel about this show? Masamune's Revenge is a show that's kind of like... It's aight. Alright, I'll phrase it as it's aight. Because it's a show that's like the main character's more interesting than normal, but some of the secondary characters are like too layered. It feels like you're watching like a really dramatic show, but then it's not executed as such. It is more comedy. If they wanted to lean into the drama a bit more, they'd have to do something a bit different. Let me crop this a little bit. That way I could make it bigger. There we go. Then I can zoom in a bit as well. Let's see. Blue Exorcist Kyoto Saga. This is the second season that came out that fixed the ending of the first season. I actually really like it, and it's a lot more conclusive this way. If I remember right, I don't think there's a third season, but I remember this season coming out, and I really liked it. Because I also watched the first Blue Exorcist and was kind of confused on why it ended the way it did. Not because I watched the original source or anything, it just kind of fell out of place. I don't know. I don't like what they did with Rin's brother. Scum's Wish. I haven't seen this, but 7.4. And I remember hearing a lot about it. I just haven't watched it yet. Little Witch Academia, another just like absolutely fun show to watch by Trigger. They like specialize in just fun shows that you can kind of just turn your brain off for the most part. But there is like some good moments. But like Trigger at its peak will make you question life. Like Gynax at its peak will make you question life. So there's that. Gabriel Dropout is a show. It's rated 7.4, but it's just kind of like a cute girls doing cute things kind of show. I watched a few episodes of it and didn't really feel in the mood to watch it because it didn't really have like content, you know? It was just kind of like stuff. It was like marshmallows, you know? It's just if you keep eating marshmallows, eventually you're just going to puke it back up. There wasn't really any like chocolate or, you know, like oat crackers or anything like that in order to eat it with. Interviews with Monster Girls, I really like. It's really cute. I especially like what level of seriousness they give each individual monster girl just because of their unique situation. Of course, each character is a different like yokai or folklore entity, and so a lot of these characters have like you know, how would I phrase it best? They have circumstances. They have a lot of things that are kind of going for them. The two characters that I like the most are probably the Ice Witch and the Dullahan. The vampire gimmick kind of like grew old really quick. The succubus gimmick was like funny, but it didn't make the succubus an amazing character. It just kind of made her very enjoyable. I think that this is the best comedy execution of a vampire I've seen in a while. Gintama 5th season, for those who had watched the first 4. Luka. Did I see this? I don't think I saw this. Akiba's Trip, Lamau. Chaos, Child for people that are following the Science Adventure series with like Steins Gate and all of that. I forget whether this fits in the timeline or like what watch order you're supposed to do it from. Pretty sure for the most part you're just supposed to watch in sequential order. Another biking anime? Sure. Okay. Let's look at spring 2017. Because we're running out of stuff there. Attack on Titan 2nd season. Very strong. I think that it covered a lot of the secondary characters really well. At least if I can remember the contents of it well. I'm not gonna like I already know what Attack on Titan's kind of about. I just forget what events take place specifically where. But if I remember right, the second season covered like quote-unquote the betrayal, and I will leave it at that for people who haven't quite caught up or watched anything of it. But there is a betrayal in the second season, and if I remember right, half of the season covers that kind of like course of events that happens. That's really good. My Hero Academia 2nd season, which if I remember right covers the what was it? Was it the recruitment arc? I remember the forest training arc. but I think that might have been season 1. No, it was definitely not season 1. Yeah, season 2 covers the forest training arc, and it covers like an interview arc or something like that. Or internship, not interview, what the fuck. Yeah, Boruto The Next Generation starts. Eromanga Sensei was very renowned at the time. This is kind of a show that has a very weird connotation. TLDR, a pair of step-siblings who mostly live on their own because of busy parents. The brother finds out that the sister draws hentai in her free time as like a profession. Or like maybe a hobby. I don't know if it's a profession or hobby, I forget. But yeah, that causes a weird dynamic, and I didn't really enjoy watching too much of this show, so I stopped after like 3 episodes. The Akashic Records of a Bastard Magic Constructor is really good. I really like the magic, the magic style in this show. Essentially, it's vocalized magic. It's not like, there is like wands and other like kind of like arcana, like, you know, items of sorts, but for the most part, it's words. Like, the important part is not the item that you harness your magic through, it's the way that you say your spell and how effective you are at portraying the spell's intended goal. So that's really good. Hello, Mikabilo. I'm already on my my 2017 in review. I played Divinity for about 2 hours. I got to a very dramatic fight and then died. So that is canonically where my character dies. Sorry if I'm late. I mean, you're not necessarily late. You catch a stream where you do. And then if you want to, you can rewatch the VOD. The video's going to be there. But yeah, Akashic Records is like magic system is like one of the most fun ones in my opinion, because it's like, it's how you say your spell matters a lot more. It's the incantation part of it. And so then like one of the things you find out within like the first 2 episodes or something like that is that like if you change your grammar rules and you pronounce specific words with different spacings, or if you add like a comma in the middle of a sentence and space it more between one part of the sentence and another, it changes the nature of the spell. And I just found that like an incredibly cool concept. Quality in writing, the writing is all right. When I was in high school, when I watched this show, it was definitely good, but I think now I would consider it passable. I think there are tons of shows that are like this, but I don't think their magic system has been replicated in any way that's been like good, or in any way that's been like meaningful recently. Sword Oratoria, this is a spin-off of Is It Okay or Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I actually sorry, but I'm gonna have to go. I'm at a restaurant. I just wanted to pass by. Well, thank you for passing by. I hope you have a good meal. Sword Oratoria, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? This is a spin-off that's based around the Loki family, and I think that this is actually a pretty successful like spin-off in terms of like other series that have their own spin-offs as well, because this covers a very powerful family within this covers a very powerful family within the in the Danmachi universe, and what was the point I was trying to say? I had a train of thought and it just fucking left the station. It covers a very powerful family, and it covers each individual side character that you pretty much only see as background characters. And so it actually expanded upon a quote-unquote rival family, even though they're more like loose allies, something like that. They're kind of like adjacent, yet, you know, not allies. It covers that family really well in a way that contextualizes their strength, in a way that shows you that like, oh, the main character can go up to level 10. It's like, yeah, well, this family can go up to level 40, and here's what they have to deal with. And here's the kind of monsters and what strategies that they use, and here's how their party layout matters. And it kind of, actually, if you were to watch it kind of in the order that it came out, in Danmachi Season 1, Sword Oratoria, Danmachi Seasons 2 and 3, then you kind of get a grasp of what the main character's goals should be. So, what's his name? Bell Crannel? I think? Bell? It's Bell, but I forget what his last name is. His last name barely matters. Busou Shouju, Machiavellianism. Armed Girls, Machiavellianism. This is just funny. If you want a show that's essentially a harem, but instead of being pure romance, they all also want to fight him and beat him in martial combat, and the main character's weapon of choice is beating the shit out of things with his bare hands, this is a good show. I also think that the main heroine, the dark-haired one here, I can pull up the, I think I can pull up the image a bit better here. This girl is cute. I like her gimmick. She has like a little Oni mask. It's good. Did I watch any of these other series down here? I don't think I did. Well, I watched Berserk Season 2, but as you can tell from how low it is and what its rating is, I can't necessarily recommend it. The problem that I had with the Berserk animated series, the ones that came out after the movie, is that the animation isn't consistent. In the movies, most of the spoken scenes were high frame rated, maybe CGI, but like drawn over, but were 2D. And what they did in the anime was that about 85% of the series or so was in 3D animation, and they would do very few things in 2D. And the things that they would do in 2D would mainly revolve around the secondary characters, and not like Guts talking to people. And what that leads to is that the animation was a lot less expressive than it was in the movies. And so when I was coming from the movies, I was super hyped. But then once I started watching the series, I noticed that they stopped doing kind of some of the things that I liked about the main series, or the movies of series of movies. My point is jumbled, but my point is that my problem with Berserk 2016 and 2017 is the animation, and the problems that other people had with it was the sound design and other things like that. I will say that the sound design is very mid, and the fact that every single time Guts swings his sword, it's the same like clang.mp3 is bad. I will openly admit that is bad. But I had a bigger issue with just the weirdly inconsistent animation. The pacing wasn't bad. I actually really like the pacing. They do skip one of my favorite arcs, but if that was for the sake of time, I could somewhat understand it. I would just say, go back and go to that arc and I don't know, just do it well. Like, yes, it doesn't matter towards the main story, but it matters a lot towards Guts' development. Also, yes, awesome face. It's Clang. It's the fucking Berserk meme. It's Clang. And then I didn't really watch a lot of these other animes that are down here. I did hear somewhat of Royal Tutor just because of the crowds that follow it. I'm pretty sure this is the one female tutor with 4 delinquent male proteges. So you can tell exactly what crowd that's for. It's the, like, reverse harem otome girls. If I remember the phrase right. Ah, yes, the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7th season that introduced Link summoning and would forever change the way most people viewed Yu-Gi-Oh! Permanently. Even past what damage Pendulum summoning did. I also remember Frame Arm Girls, but I didn't watch it. I just only remember seeing scenes of it. It's another one of those cute girls action series. And then, yeah, I'm, like, running out of steam down here. There's, like, nothing that I watched. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Summer 2017. Kakogurui. A show for people that like gambling but don't like realistic risks. Made in Abyss. I haven't seen this show, but I've heard it's like outstanding. It's rated an 8.6 on my anime list. I've heard that it's also incredibly like mature though. Like it's like the characters are kind of cute and like slightly furry, but once you look past that, it's like, oh wow, this show is fucked up. Like it's just fucked up. So I look forward to eventually watching that. Classroom of the Elite. I haven't seen this, but I've heard that some people enjoy the show. I mean, 7.8 can't be that bad. Gamers. My friend wants me to watch this show so badly. I haven't gotten around to it. Aho Girl is really good for clips. I really like seeing clips and out of context things of Aho Girl. Fate Apocrypha, if you just want to see the show that Astolfo's in. I haven't finished Owari Monogatari second season. I can't speak for this. New Game second season, I can't speak for it. It continues to be cute like New Game is. I still consistently ship the mentor and the assistant. I forget... Wait, I'm forgetting characters, and it's going to bug me that I'm forgetting characters. Ko and Rin. I'm a big Ko-Rin shipper. And then I ship none of the main 4 characters together because I don't really like shipping, you know, literal, like, fresh adults. It feels a bit too close to shipping teenagers, which also isn't good. I'd prefer to ship the people that are like grown-ass adults in the workplace. But also, there's a lot of character dynamics that justify it better. So, I'm a pretty straightforward shipper. If things make sense, it's probably what I appreciate. I saw a lot of clips on Centaur's Life. I did not watch Centaur's Life, and I'm apparently glad I didn't. Dive for people that wanted more free, but what's a Kyoto Animation? Didn't want to do it. No, I think it was Mappa. Basically, if you wanted more free, watch Dive. Alright, and then finally, Fall 2017. Black Clover. I've heard that actually the anime started to like get good, got qualitatively worse, and then got qualitatively better. Like I've heard that the show has actually had its like ups and downs, but has in general been like a pretty honest interpretation. My brother, when the show was first coming out, was reading the manga, and he was telling me that the voice actor that they chose for the main character isn't bad. It's just that his director was telling him to scream so much, and it got to the point to where the character was like too loud, even for the manga's sake. Like he wasn't actually serious enough. He was just kind of bratty, which is impressive. The Ancient Magus Bride, I can't recommend the show enough. It's rated an 8 on this website. I just think Ancient Magus Bride is just such like a well done like semi-modern mythos. I'm pretty sure it takes place in basically 1940s Europe. And the technology thus is limited, but that's fine because the show is based around magic and like the magic that happens behind the scenes that isn't incorporated into every aspect of modern day life. But once you enter that kind of like mystical life, if you were to phrase it that way, once you enter that like mystical part of the world, you can see it everywhere. And it's a really good story about a girl that I'll read the description. Chise Hatori, a 15-year-old Japanese girl who was sold for 5 million pounds at an auction to a tall masked gentleman. It's about a person who was bought as a slave being brought into a more humane life and being raised to be a mystic or a mage, however they frame it. You know? And it's just good. It's also, you know, they're becoming the Ancient Magus's bride, but they don't touch on that too much. The show is a lot more development than, you know, romantic nuance. It's a lot more developmental of its characters. Blend-S, who doesn't know this, sweet smile sister sadistic surprise service. We are, I forget the name of the shop. Anyways, that meme. Yeah, Blend-S was actually fun. I ended up watching it with some friends. I had a few friends that were like super nocturnal with me. They would just be up until like 4 in the morning with me at one point. And we actually started watching Blend-S at like 3 in the morning. And we would watch like 4 episodes of it and then go to bed. And we did that a few times, right? 3 times. And then we ended up finishing the series. It's just fun. It's just kind of cute. It's a raw comedy. There's not a ton of development. It's good. The manager's name is Dino. Like a dinosaur. I don't know why, but it is. That's just how it is. Recovery of a MMO junkie. I've heard stuff about this show, but I haven't actually watched it. First time graduating since for the first time since graduating high school, 30-year-old Moriko Morioka is an unemployed, and she couldn't be happier. Having quit her long-standing job of over 11 years, Moriko quickly got to online games in order to pass the time. With her now plentiful free time, reinventing herself as a handsome and dashing male. Is this show just about catfishing to an extent? Befriending. Unbeknownst, Moriko, a timid 28-year-old corporate worker, also logged on to Fruits Demur, coincidentally bumping into each other at the convenience store one day. Both write off their meeting as no more than another awkward encounter with a stranger. However, Freight has more in store for them. Okay. That's probably a good rom-com, actually. But 7.5, take it for granted. You know. Interpret that as you will. The second season of Blood Blockade and March Comes Like a Lion. Again, I need to watch March Comes Like a Lion. I've heard that show's fucking phenomenal. Girls Last Tour. Cool. This show's just kind of like... It's like weird, but it's kind of cool. What the fuck is that show? Pardon me, Mr. Streaming, but where Div 2? I streamed it for 2 hours already. Normally, so what I've been doing is that I streamed for 2 hours, and so now I'm in my post-stream chat where I'm talking about other games that kind of came out during the same year. I tried fighting Griff, and I just died. Like, I was level 2, I tried fighting Griff, and I just fucking exploded. That fight's really hard in single player. Do I recognize any of these other shows? Well, like, I'm recognizing them, but I'm not, like, I don't know anything about them. Love Live Sunshine, 2nd season. There you go. Bang. Alright. Alright, IMDb list. Let's see what movies came out in 2017. We got Blade Runner. Nice. This is a fucking absolute classic. Should have invested in Lone Wolf. I did! Do you know how hard it is to fight 5 mobs at the same time? I was probably also just underleveled. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Lady Bird. Get Out was a really good horror. I actually like this one. It's a Peele movie. If you don't like Jordan Peele movies or haven't seen many of them, you should watch them. If you don't like them, that's like weird, but I mean, to each their own. I just really like most of his movies, and Get Out is no exception. I think Get Out actually started my liking of his movies. Transformers: The Last Night. I'm sorry. This has a 27 Metascore. That kind of says it all to an extent. The It 2017 movie was pretty good. The things that they did with... Oh, what the fuck is the name of the clown? Why am I forgetting the name of the clown from It's name? It's not Beetlejuice, right? That's its own thing. It clown name. Pennywise. Haha. Yeah, the things that they did with Pennywise's face in terms of filters and like effects and stuff was kind of weird towards the middle to end of the movie. But I mean, that's the extent that they wanted it, right? Like, Pennywise is supposed to be a very off-putting villain. Or antagonistic figure, if you don't want to phrase it as villain. Baywatch with Dwayne Johnson. Nice. Murder on the Orient Express. Actually kind of a banger. I'm not going to lie. This is a fun movie to watch. I haven't seen Baby Driver, but I've heard positive things. I haven't seen a single Jumanji movie. I've been told that I'm missing out because this is literally Dwayne Johnson, Karen Gillan, Kevin Hart, Jack Black. Like, this is should be comedy for me, like peak. But haven't seen it yet. Second John Wick movie. The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman. This is a fucking phenomenal movie. This show made me tear up. I don't think it made me full-blown cry, but this is a very good story. I really like it. Spider-Man Homecoming was good. We were talking about Homecoming yesterday. I like it because it solidifies Peter and Iron Man's relationship, but also develops Peter in a way that Iron Man was kind of instigating, that he couldn't rely on the Avengers and his powers with the Iron Spider. He needed to be his own hero, and it kind of allowed him to step back and get that. So it was a good movie. I actually liked the writing direction for this movie quite a bit, even though it kind of got like weird with the way that they treated Vulture, but it was good. Alien Covenant, the Wonder Woman movie, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tale, Thor Ragnarok, an incredibly fun movie. I still like the scenes where Chris Hemsworth would just fucking chuck Tom Hiddleston, where it's just like, we're going to do the plan. The plan, I hate that plan. You love the plan. Shape of Water, I've heard, is pretty good. I mean, IMDb and popular rating are giving it that rating. It's also a Guillermo del Toro movie. Coco, You Make Me Un Poco Loco is like one of my funniest memes that I have with one of my friends. This movie is really good. It's just really good. It's just really good. I didn't watch the Justice League movie. I've heard it's strictly okay, which is what this Metascore and 6.1 rating indicate. But I've heard that this is about the time where DC movies were truly becoming like irreparable. The get help bit, I'd huck my brother for... Yeah. Jigsaw. This is the movie, yeah. John Kramer, the man known to investigate Jigsaw, who's been dead for 10 years. This is just a random Saw-like spin-off movie, right? That's not Spiral, that came out later. There you go, 50 Shades Darker, for those of you that want that. Kong Skull Island. This would eventually lead into the Kong vs. Godzilla movie because of how popular this Kong movie was and then how successful the Godzilla movie was with Bryan Cranston. I say Bryan Cranston like he's a primary character in the movie. He's literally in the first part of the movie and I'm pretty sure he dies and his son lives on. If I remember right. Spoiler alert, I guess, but that's like within the first like 15 minutes of the movie. The rest of the movie, you know, happens. Kingsman Golden Circle, the second movie. The funniest bit from this movie was the condom bit that took place like halfway through, is my opinion. The first movie is just better. I think the ending of this movie gets a little bit ridiculous and you kind of start to understand that the way that the movie was going was that they were just going to have to like increase the quality and like what is it? Like suspension of disbelief with the technology that they were developing around each other. And it's just kind of like the fact that this was the last Kingsman movie that has come out that's modern. They made a Kingsman prequel, which was actually kind of fun. But yeah. Star Wars Episode 8. I said with Episode 7 that I was going to save the Star Wars Episode like 8 and stuff rant for here. So I'll just speak a little bit about specifically Episode 8. In terms of where Episode 7 left off and where 8 was picking up, I don't hate the direction that this movie took. I actually think that the worst part about this movie is its finalized execution in terms of longevity. Because the movie sets up a really good redemption arc for Kylo, and the movie sets up a really good death for certain characters that I won't mention just in case people don't want me to. Even though I didn't like some of the CGI effects that they had to use for certain characters. Though I didn't like what they ended up doing, the send-off and the way that things worked out, though not sensical, though like, you know, kind of weird, I didn't hate. I actually enjoyed the way that this movie kind of ended. I would rate this movie, I would probably match popular vote. I'd probably say this movie was a 7. But then the 9th movie, like, fucked the ball. Like, it dropped the ball because they kept changing directors, right? Like, if you look at Episode 7, 8, and 9, I'm pretty sure it might be all 3 movies have a different director, but I'm pretty sure what it is that the director for 7 directed 9, and then 8 was a different director. And so it's just a confliction of different visions, you know? And in the 7th movie, they set up John Boyega to be a lot more of a better character with Finn, right? And then 8 doesn't do too much with it, and then 9 barely does anything with it, to the point to where even John Boyega has said in his interviews that he feels that Finn's character was kind of betrayed. Like they stopped writing his character. I somewhat agree, but I think that I think 8 and 9's Finn are different from 7's Finn is the main problem. Where 7's Finn was growing up to be a really cool, conceptual Force user, at minimum. And then 8 and 9 barely did anything with that, is the biggest shame. They just kind of made him into a reformed stormtrooper. 7 and 9 were that, man. 8 were that, man. 8 was Rian Johnson. Yeah. I just think that they fucked up Finn's character. I do like what they did with Mark Hamill's character in all 3 movies. People will call me a madman for that. I think Mark Hamill's, Luke Skywalker made very good impacts on the movie, even though the Force, the Force Ghost thing in 7 was a bit weird, but I didn't mind it. It was just weird. Or not 7, in 8 was a bit weird. I didn't mind it, though. Like, not that much, realistically. And then in 9, it kind of, goes back a little bit. I think it's fine. I think Mark Hamill's role is fine. Alright. I'm moving on, though, because that's the majority of my rant. A lot of my other things would just be, personal gripes. But realistically, I think the movie just sits... I think the entire trilogy sits at, a 6. And I think the majority of the issues come from 9, where I would rate that movie, a 5. Yeah, I think I'd rate 9 a 5. It's just kind of there. There was good things. There was cool scenes. Of course there'd be cool scenes in Star Wars, but it's just kind of a movie otherwise. The Ghost in a Shell live action with Scarlett Johansson. It was alright. Watch the original. Cars 3. I can't believe they'd do this. I can't believe they'd kill Lightning McQueen. Except not really. Except I can't believe they'd kill Lightning McQueen. I can't believe it. They would dare. Despicable Me 3 with his, weird blonde Upper California, brother. I didn't watch that movie. I also didn't watch The Boss Baby. I should watch The Boss Baby because there's a lot of, funny memes. Bro, The Last Jedi came out 6 years ago. It's so over. Yeah. Dude, I'm pretty sure Episode 9 came out, 4 years ago. Or maybe 3. Was it 2019 or 2020? But either way, it came out years ago, man. We're getting there. Nothing has made me feel more like a boomer than going through what has come out every year sequentially. Nothing has made me feel worse as a human sometimes. For some of these shows. The ones that are towards, some of my first few streams when I was, covering, what was coming out in, 2004 and 6 and 8 and 7. And it's yeah, those things pain me, but those are understandably old. What is this list again? This is a list of all movies that came out in 2017, I think sorted by popularity. Well, it's not quantity of votes. I guess just visits, maybe. Or maybe it's rated by box office performance, something like that. But it's all of these movies came out in the year 2017. And so did Divinity Original Sins 2, which is why I'm doing this. It's just kind of a year in review for 2017. The Power Rangers live action movie. I don't hate this movie. I think this movie's a 7. I think this movie's pretty good. This Metascore is too low. This rated score is probably fair by most people's opinions, but I didn't hate this movie. You know what I hated about this movie? Is that they rushed the character development instead of implying it. The campfire scene where all of them sit around a literal campfire and powwow and talk about their feelings and their traumas and stuff like that. Yes, it was mandatory for the way that they wrote the story, right? They needed to become closer quickly. So they needed to make a rushed development scene where it kind of felt weird and rushed because it was supposed to be. But that's not good. I didn't necessarily enjoy that scene when I've seen that movie in theaters twice. I think that the way that they handled the character development for a Power Rangers movie was too direct. I think it should have been more implied. I think if they just showed the the family life of the main 3 Rangers that had like big traumas, right? You know, red, yellow, and pink. If I remember right, it's red, yellow, and pink. If they just showed like how the family life and the interconnections between those 3 characters were, and then showed ways that they were trying to change that behavior, like trying to fix that like flaw within themselves through action towards each other, instead of sitting down at a campfire and vocalizing their trauma and having a nice like, we're here for you moment. Like in Power Rangers, like most series, right? You cover the characters like kind of backstory to an extent, right? Not to a great extent. It's a kid's show. You don't have to traumatize the kid. But they do cover on the fact that like some characters don't have parents. Some characters were kind of raised by a mentor figure, and then that mentor figure turns out to be a Power Ranger. That's how it was in Ninja Storm, at least. All 3 of the characters don't really talk about their families. And then, like, they're raised in the dojo and become Ninja Storm Rangers. So, like, they don't have to accommodate the fact that they don't have parents, but they did sit all the characters in a room and have them conflict with each other based on feelings of deceit and based on feelings of absence and the necessity of being a lone wolf. Probably because these people don't have fucking parents. You know? Kind of matters. Yes, you do. That's what made the 90s so sympathetic. Okay, but we're not talking about a 90s Power Rangers movie. We're talking about the 2017 Power Rangers movie that, yes, is in theory based on the 1990s Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers didn't directly do that. All of their development was towards each other during times of conflict, and it wasn't out of campfire. You know? It felt like a good Power Rangers movie with a really bad scene that corrupts it. It literally takes that movie from like an 8.5. It's a very powerful Power Ranger movie with pretty good CGI effects, in my opinion. Also, Bryan Cranston is again in this, like, is in this movie. He is Zordon. It's funny. But then that like one scene and kind of some of the other dynamics that were happening in the movie weirded out to such a great extent that like it brings it down to a 7 by my opinion, and a 6 by popular vote, and a 45 by Metascore critics that probably like grew up on grayscale TV that, you know, didn't like the movie at all. I think the movie's good. It just has a bad part that does bug me. The Emoji Movie came out in 2017. It's fucking over. It's so fucking over. So over. Oh my god, Leatherface came out in 2017. What the fuck? The Upside Down. A Dog's Purpose. If you want to cry big manly man tears, A Dog's Purpose is fucking, it makes you over. It's so over. The death of cinema before the death of cinema. It was a precursor to even the death. It was the plague that started our passing. The Captain Underpants movie. Now this is epic. The first epic movie. I didn't know they made a Lego Ninjago movie. I heard Ferdinand was alright. It was just kind of a movie that came out, but I heard it was pretty fun to watch. It has John Cena in it. I didn't watch this. John Cena was in it? Was he the bull? Probably, if he's the first name, because he's a starring actor. This is just a movie called Detroit. Oh, John Boyega is in this movie. And Anthony Mackie. Wait, these are good actors. Why didn't I hear about this movie? I should watch it. Alright, now we're getting into the weirder movies. By the time you get to movies 150 to like 250, we're like desperate for even one more good movie. Like The Smurfs The Village is the first movie that I recognize from the majority of these movies. Loving Vincent Van Gogh. Dude, the My Little Pony the movie, I didn't know that existed. There you go. Where's Mika Bilo? There you go. You and your friend are gonna watch that one. You got this. Rings? Oh, the Life Over 7 Days thing. Yeah. The Crucifixion. There's a Resident Evil movie. Goodbye, Christopher Robin. That's good. It's the movie with Winnie the Pooh. There's a Cult of Chucky movie that came out in 2017. I thought they ended the Chucky movies in like 2010. Okay, not actually, but like around there, approximately. They keep making them. They just keep going. Yeah, I'm like really... I don't know if you guys are seeing stuff that like is piquing your interest. I'm not. It's not like... So much of this is Jover. Alright. I think I'm good with looking at movies. I'm gonna hide the monitor. Or that's hiding the monitor's audio. Where is you? Alright. Let's talk about the big thing that's coming up. Let's talk about next week's streams, because I'll be taking tomorrow off and then continuing streams on Tuesday. So let's talk about what I'm streaming next week. Yay! Let's pop up the announcements. There it is. I updated the thing at the top. Now it actually says DAC Day Celebration, which is what I've been calling it if you go over to my Twitter or X. I forgot to update the actual like background image itself. I've just been using the same one that I was using like, well, almost a month ago now. But anyways, it's time for me to remove the last blocking thing entirely. Next week, I will be starting off by playing Among Us. Gonna keep a straight face. Yeah, I'll be playing Among Us next week. I was trying to see if I could get some friends to play it with, but honestly, I don't really want to do voice lobbies because we're gonna be probably using real names. I'll probably just be fucking around with public lobbies for probably only around an hour. Maybe more, maybe less, I'm not sure. I know they've added a lot of stuff to the game since probably when I played it last in 2021. So, I'll be starting off with Among Us, and then in 2019, there was a few different games that I was kind of choosing what I wanted to play. One of them was Apex Legends, and recently they reworked my main Revenant, so I kind of wanted to play that. But then I was like, nah, TFT is better describing of my life. I have played every season of TFT, I've completed every battle pass, and my peak in TFT has been Diamond 4. So I really like TFT. I'll probably end up playing TFT for maybe, you know, a few matches, however long that takes me. I got Doom Eternal on Thursday. That one was also a hard one. There was a few games that came out that year. And then Friday, I'll probably be doing ranked ladder grinding on Guilty Gear Strive and seeing whatever the fuck happens there. Saturday the 26th. That day is the day that I will be celebrating my birthday with a bunch of my friends. So I'll be taking that Saturday off because I also didn't have a game to play for 2023. So I moved my 2022 game to my birthday on Sunday the 27th. I'll be playing WoW Dragonflight. I have a few friends that'll be joining me. I do have a plan for what I'm doing that day. I'll probably be doing like a content speedrun of all of the modern like and relevant content for that day. Or, like, well, modern content and relevant content right now, and I'll try to be doing everything in that day. If my friends are available. I mean, if anything, I'll just do it all on my own. Fuck it. I got this. But yeah, that's the plans for the rest of the month. It says that I didn't have anything planned that far ahead. I'll likely take a break. I actually do have... I'm planning on doing a stream either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on my general availability at around that time. I'm still talking to some friends. Because August 31st through September 6th or 7th, I'm going to be taking a break. Me and our friends are going... and we're going to be taking a trip somewhere. So I will be out of town for a full week. So during the latest part of August, on the 31st through September 6th, I won't be streaming. I'll probably do a getting back stream where I catch you guys up on what I was up to, reveal any pictures that I've taken or anything like that. And I'll do that all probably on the 7th or 8th. But yeah, that's going to be all for me today. That's, you know, my remaining schedule for the rest of the month. I'll upload this to Twitter for anyone that wants to see me, or X, however you call it. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for joining me for the 2 hours of Divinity and then 1 hour of fucking just chatting, because I can ramble on for absolute fucking hours. I hope to see you guys on Tuesday for Among Us. Yep. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with Among Us. It's a fucking multiplayer game that you're supposed to play with friends, and I'm playing it on my own. But we'll figure it out, or I'll make a plan for it. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys have a good dinner or lunch or whatever you guys are doing, whatever time zone that you're in. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.